It's Team Robbie versus Team X.
You'll go head-to-head in 3 football-related challenges right here on DR Sports.
And whoever comes out on top, you're getting flown to Turkey with one of us
We've teamed up with Aunt Lara Dental Clinic
to get your teeth done.
out in Antalya, Turkey.
I'm talking flights, the hotel, the full procedure.
The competition is open to UK residents only.
And Lara is throwing in a 10% discount for everyone who applies.
Do not want to miss this.
Let the duels begin.
Yes, people, welcome back to DR Sports for the big one. It's the Champions League final between Paris Saint-Germain and Internazionale. It's myself, AGT. We've got my very good friend / brother, Freestyle DM, a.k.a.
Toilet.
a.k.a.
The John Aldridge.
Yeah, John Aldridge, that works. For sure. Welcome along. Bienvenido. That's how I've ruined it. That's Spanish.
Where's it?
I think it's benvenuto in Italian and bienvenue.
And no ciao.
French, I think.
Ciao.
Or ciao. Ciao
And
also
also
works.
bonjour.
So ciao. Buongiorno a tutti.
Yeah,
All right.
that means
Welcome,
good morning,
everyone.
actually.
Yeah.
Buongiorno.
Well done.
So wrong,
it's good.
actually.
It's good. No, it's
No,
good.
it's wrong.
Welcome to the Champions League final watch along here on DR Sports. Smash that like button. Get your comments in. Who is going to walk home with old big ears tonight in Munich? Let us know and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, I'm going to have to break it to you. We've got some really sad news.
Honestly, this is mad.
Robbie and Ty, they're not coming. It's just us two tonight.
Genuinely, it's just the Cop TV takeover today.
Cop TV takeover.
It actually is.
Champions, if anything,
Isn't it?
takeover. So listen, if you were hoping to see a bit of AGT versus Ty tonight, I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry.
No tug of war tonight, lad,
Tug of
no.
war tonight with old Ty.
That's the only reason why I come, lad.
So he won't be here. Heem Sleepy in the chat saying, has Ty missed the bus? Pretty much. No, they were at the Nigeria-Jamaica game, weren't they?
Yeah.
That just finished 2-2 in normal time. Went to penalties. And Nigeria won. So I can imagine Ty, who's getting a lift home from Robbie, is going to be giving it with Robbie being Jamaican in the car home. So I wouldn't want to be in that car. But listen, no Ty or Robbie, so it is myself and Doyle. But let's not make it like that's a bad thing.
No, it's a great
Let's
thing,
build it
actually.
up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, pick up the energy levels. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We've got 100% chem, lad, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, like,
green line.
just work with us.
Lil Lee in the chat saying, hold that, Jamaica. Obviously, Nigeria the winners today. But you do join us for a very important game. It is the Champions League final, a game that we would have loved to have been in,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, this
Who
season.
wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
But it didn't finish that way. And obviously, PSG knocked out both Liverpool, both Arsenal, whereas Inter have knocked out some big teams along the way, Bayern Munich, Barcelona as well. So this is still going to be a big game. And you've still got 2 names and faces from the channel. If you haven't already, and you are a Liverpool fan watching this, there's a video we put out yesterday on DR Sports, or it might have been the day before.
Yeah, about the parade.
Tell them why they should watch that video.
Because it's a heartfelt love letter to Liverpool as a city and Liverpool as a football club. And whilst you may not support Liverpool, it's always nice to appreciate how football can bring joy to others. And I've certainly watched other ones like this season. I watched Newcastle's parade. I watched a lot of their interviews and how the fans were getting on. And it's just lovely to see how some fans, how they react to it, essentially. So go and watch that. You'll enjoy it, I promise. Me ma's in it as well, special guest. Never thought I'd be seeing me ma on a DR Sports video, but she's right there on the thumbnail, front and centre, which is just beautiful.
Never Sky Tom.
Oh yes, gives a T on the YouTube, lad,
On
man.
a DR Sports video, but there you have it. So go and watch that if you can after the game tonight. But you are with us here to watch the Champions League. So people in the chat asking for Ty, asking for Robbie. Unfortunately, they will not be coming, or will they? No, they're actually
No,
not.
they're not.
No,
They're not.
actually not.
They're not coming.
Well,
It's
are
just
they?
me and him.
Is it a surprise?
No.
No, it's not. There is no surprise. They're not coming. Shout out to Cashley Cole, who says, AGT, I only tuned in for you to cook Ty, but please forgive Trent Alexander-Arnold. You got 10 mil at least.
Nice that. Can't lie. We're going to try our best not to just take over with Liverpool talk, because honestly we could talk about Liverpool all day. In fact, we've got a channel where we do that. So we will answer this one, no, for sure. Definitely 10 million, lad, for Trent is just marvellous.
Well, it's the most
considering we were getting
expensive free
nothing.
transfer of all time.
Well, yes, because we actually should be getting 100 million or something stupid for him, but we're not. We're getting 10, so we'll take what we can. At least Real Madrid ended up fucking sorting out for him, mate. It's more than PSG got for Mbappe, let's say that.
Oh yeah, no, that's how they do things, isn't it? Pretty much. DR only putting Champions League on the channel now. Arsenal hold that, says Robert Petrie. No, we've been doing Champions League.
Yeah, all season.
Little bits and bobs this season. We riot if there's no tie, says Rasta Mouse's cousin, Danger Mouse. Big up to Rasta Mouse, of course. Bailing on the Champions League final for a Jamaica friendly. LeMayo, says Tyler H in the chat. And the helpful guy says, I like AGT, he's good at what he does.
Fantastic. He is. He is quite good at what he does. I'll give him that. Not much else, but this he's alright at.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Big up AGT. Looking forward to the match tonight. Probably the best game of the season. You guys are doing a great job. Respect from Marty.
It's a boss game. I'm looking forward to it. It's nice to watch a game of such importance as a neutral. Yeah. Sometimes, to be quite honest with you, and this is a wonderful matchup. It's experience for youth. It's different types of tactics. It's a counter-attacking team against a high-press team. Like, there's a lot going on in this match, and it's interesting to see what's going to happen. And I'm looking forward to watching it. I'm just sat with my mate, essentially, talking to all you, so I'm going to watch it. That's fun. What's not fun about that?
Aaron says, at least we've got the Scouse tie in Doyle.
Is that what my reference is, yeah? Scouse tie?
Because
I don't know if I'm okay with that, to be honest with you. Like,
yeah,
you know, Ty's a nice fella and that, but also, don't think that I represent Liverpool like Ty represents Arsenal. For one, I haven't got my earphones on, have I? And my hat, and my top.
And the water bottle.
And everything else.
Forget that.
So
and the pants.
Just saying.
As well.
But thank you.
Well, not that I know.
Thank you for the super chat either way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice one.
Cozy says, can we all agree, since Chelsea won the Conference League, they should be stripped of their Champions League spot for the Europa League spot that they won?
Say that again. Can we all agree, since Chelsea won the Europa Conference League, they should be
stripped of their Champions League spot? I know what he's saying. I know the point he's making. Obviously, in the Conference League, you win it. Naturally, you should go into the Europa League.
Yeah, it's one step up.
Listen, they won it and they came in the top 5. So
you want the best teams to play in the best tournaments, and I guess if you've won a trophy.
No, I'd be happy for Chelsea to not be in the Champions
League. Absolutely,
though,
I would, yeah. But the Champions League, they want the best teams, so you get the trophy winners in there. Makes sense.
Absolutely. Thoughts on that 10 million we got for Trent, says Owen, that can be used to improve the youth academy. Also, can anyone stop Liverpool with Flo Wirtz from getting at least 95 points?
It's not going anywhere in the team. We literally offered Leverkusen 100 million, and he went, nah. And we went, wait there 1 second. Hey, give us 10 mil there. And then we went to give you 110 mil. And that's what happened. And he went, go ahead, Jets.
Or you could say, we got 10 million for Trent, and we paid 29.5 mil for Frimpong. But that's set over 3 years. Yeah. So the 10 mil that we've got for Trent pays for 1 year of Frimpong.
The way I'm trying to look at Flo and Frimmy, I'm looking at them together as a signing. Yeah, so we're going to pay about 140 million in total for both of them. But if you look at that over 2 players of that quality, you're paying about 60, 70 mil. Yeah. Just to make myself feel better about that massive price tag on Flozzer, mate. Because he is an expensive player. It'll be our most expensive signing, won't it?
Yeah.
That's an unbelievable signing if that goes through, by the way. Unbelievable.
Martin said I'd be boiling with that, Doyle.
Boiling with what?
That comparison to Ty.
Yeah, well, can't get too serious about comments on here sometimes when they get you. Not like Ty in that regard, so.
Oh,
sorry. I'm not even sending shots, I was just like
nice early
being
shot
honest.
There. Why not? Why not? Right, let's get into the lineups, because again, this game, we can see it now. Stevie G is on the panel tonight for the Discovery TNT Sports. Rio Ferdinand's doing his last game on punditry duty tonight.
Last ever one.
Owen Hargreaves is there, Laura Woods, and obviously on commentary, Darren Fletcher and Ali McCoy. It's not that we're bigging up TNT here, but we'll get the lineups for you now as the players are in the tunnel right now. We're 17 minutes away from kickoff. They are getting their last kind of orders before they go out into war and try and win this European Cup, especially the PSG players. They have played, I think it's over 180 games in the competition without winning it. I think they're 4th in the list behind Dinamo Zagreb, another team, and Arsenal, who have played around 215 games in the Champions League. And they've never won it, which is an actual record.
This is a whole new team, a whole new style, a whole new vision of PSG, without a shadow of a doubt. And it doesn't surprise me that with all these super signings, we always see it with teams. You buy all the best players in the world. You've seen it with the Galacticos, remember that Real Madrid team? Didn't actually win much, they don't. And they've went back to the roots here. Well, I say roots. They've went back to the academy, found loads of young French ballers, and absolutely dominating the league and everything else at the moment with them, because that Champions League run they've done is no small feat, mate. They beat Arsenal and Liverpool. And for everyone saying, you know, the league wasn't that good this year, England have basically won all the trophies this year, except for the Champions League. They've won everything else. So I don't think you can really argue with them beating them and getting where they are right now. It's a great team, this PSG team. Scary. It's funny that, you know what I love about it? That Mbappe went to Real Madrid. I hope this happens with Liverpool as well. Desperately, please, next year win the Champions League. Liverpool.
Yeah, we need to.
Right. Mbappe went to Real Madrid to win the Champions League, only for PSG to go on the next year and potentially win the Champions League. That is just poetic and beautiful in every way. He went for a free, and now he's going to have to look at them win the Champions League. Possibly,
if they do win it. Yeah. So they haven't won it before. But Inter Milan, we know that they are vets, they are experienced, they are the wily old fox in this competition. When you talk about their history, I mean, they've won this 3 times, the European Cup. They're looking to make it a 4th tonight. Obviously, they lost this time 2 years ago. We were actually with each other that night as well when Inter Milan lost to Man City 1-0. It was that Rodri goal.
For Man City.
Yeah, that was horrible. So they've got, as much as PSG want to win this competition for the first time ever in their history and be that team that gets it over the line when you consider the names, the superstars, the Galacticos almost that they had in the team before, the Messis, the Neymars, the Mbappes. And that's their history, right? They want to win the first one. But if you're Inter Milan, you definitely don't want to lose 2 Champions League finals in 3 years, do you? Or 2 years, sorry.
Going on what you see usually when a team loses, it can go both ways, right? It can go either way, sorry. You can either really capitulate after that and your players get bought and you start losing morale. They went really close in the Serie A this season and they nearly won it. Did they win it last year? I think they did, didn't they? They won it last year. They've done really well, and Inzaghi's really changed the tactics in the team. And I do feel like once you lose something, it gives you a fire in your belly. That's the other side of it, where you really want to go back and win. I'm obviously going to use Liverpool as an example. We lost it against Real Madrid, and we got straight to the final the year after. And although we were playing, people will say just Tottenham, we beat them, and we played football. It was not unlike the first final. And Inter will probably go into this, not to play football, but to win the Champions League. There's a very big difference. And I do feel like PSG are going to go into this with a similar mindset, having lost a few years ago as well. This is honestly a wonderful Champions League final. It's a great one. And also, it's really just nice not to see Real Madrid anywhere near it. I think every single fan in the world can sit here right now in the comments and say, isn't that boss? I'm not going to see them lift the Champions League. They're not getting any further away from anybody else. It's going to be one of the underdogs now that are actually going to take it home today. And I do like this Inter side, and I fancy them a little bit. I think everyone's going towards PSG, and rightly so, because this team, wow, offensively, it's relentless.
Well, talk us through this offensive team that you've got here. We've got it on the screen. So it's Donnarumma in goal, who was actually in a piece I saw earlier being tipped at if PSG win tonight, could he be in a shout with the Ballon d'Or? But it's Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pacho and Mendes with Neves, Vitinha and Ruiz. That is such a balanced midfield. You've got youth, you've got experience, you've got left footers, right footers, you've got different builds of players, but they're all just technicians, aren't they, Doyle, in that midfield?
I had a conversation with Fuad about 2 years ago when we were talking about PSG, and I picked him out of that team. And I said the way he plays football is so technical, but it's not just that I like about him. There's lots of technical footballers. He's extremely composed. He's in the middle of the pitch with a load of the players around him. That's the busiest part of the pitch. And he's just able to find the pass, retain possession, have a quick turnover. Whatever you need from him, he's able to do it, and he does it elegantly, lad. I love to watch him play football. He's genuinely, he's a beautiful footballer, lad.
And then it's Doué, Dembele and Kvaratskhelia in the front 3 for Paris Saint-Germain, a 3 that have just scored buckets of goals between them all and individually this season. They really are some kind of front 3. And then the Internazionale team that lines up in the final of this Champions League, Jan Sommer in goal, who pulled off one of the saves in Champions League history in the last game in this competition against Barcelona in the semi-final. Bastoni, Acerbi, Pavard and Dumfries at right back. By the way, Acerbi, I mean, he scored the 93rd minute equaliser against Barca, which put them on the way to winning it. But I'm reading this article here. He beat cancer, alcohol abuse and depression. And his story is incredible. I've just been reading up on it here. I mean, sensational. What he's gone through, what he's come out the other side
37,
of.
37, isn't he?
37, right? He's starting in a Champions League final tonight for his team. He was born 15 miles away from the San Siro. I mean, if there's sometimes, Doyle, in football, there's stories and there's they're scripts that almost you feel like they're written in the stars. Some are bound to happen. You know, he's obviously got a second chance in life. You know, after clearing of his tumor, and you know he fell into depression when his father died. He said he would drink everything. To actually get that second go is unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, and to score the goal that he did in the time of the game. It's
Great finish as well.
It was brilliant. It was like a striker's finish first time. Yeah, beautiful. We love storylines in football. That's why we watch it, right? It's theatre to us, it's drama, it's all of that. So definitely want to see him have a good game, at least if he doesn't win it. But to be that far away from the San Siro, be at your boyhood club, and be in a Champions League final at the end of your career with the potential to win it, you're starting... Mate, he must be feeling some kind of pressure, but I hope he does it. I can't actually pick who I would want to win. I guess that's the question
We'll get
we're
on
going
to
to have to ask.
that next, yeah. Just get that graphic back up, please, there, Has, just to go through the rest of the team for Inter. Because it was Barella, Mkhitaryan, and it's DiMarco, who is more really used as like almost a left wing back. But DiMarco, Mkhitaryan, and Barella in the midfield, and then it's Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Lautaro Martinez, and Marcus Thuram. And on the bench, almost the super sub that they've used a lot this season is Taremi, the Iranian striker, on the bench there for Inter Milan. Which, if you look at that team, Doyle, maybe apart from Lautaro Martinez, right? And obviously, I know Bastoni's got a lot of credit in the bank, and Barella's a real Inter Milan player. But, I mean, and again, maybe this is a good thing. It isn't littered with superstar names, is it?
No, it's littered with hard workers, mate. Barella, in particular, for me, I love that individual's playing style. Again, he's different to Patina. He's definitely composed on the ball, but the energy that he brings to the middle of the park is relentless. He's completely unorthodox. He does things that you don't really see anybody else doing. I love him. But it's players like, I know what you're looking at. You're looking at Çalhanoğlu and Mkhitaryan, who I guess, how old are they now, mate? They must be about
Mkhitaryan's 37, I think.
They're old individual players. Like, you've got to hope that experience is going to play a part in this game, right, when it comes to the energy and the nerves and all that type of stuff.
Sorry.
But that's one of the things that you think might work against them as well, with this PSG team being so young and so relentless on the press. See how they deal with it. They're experienced players. He wouldn't be there if they haven't played well so far. But it's crazy to think that they're playing in a Champions League final. So you've got 37, 37 and 36 or something, did you say? In each line of the formation, mate. One in defence, one in midfield and one in attack. That's mad. We'll have to see what happens with it, but I'm excited for it. That's one of the exact reasons what I was talking about. Stark contrasts to each other, these teams. They really are. Yeah,
we are currently watching Lincoln Park. On the pitch here, indulging in the opening ceremony. Obviously, we don't have any sound here. And obviously, Chester was the lead singer. He unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago. So it's good to see Lincoln Park getting that kind of shine again. I listened to them when I was growing up. Great album with Jay-Z, if you remember, called Collision Course. So big up Lincoln Park. But now it leads me on to the main question of the night, really, with 8 minutes to go until kickoff. I'll ask you two questions. Who do you want to win and who do you think will win?
I would like Inter to win. And I think I'd like Inter to win, not for no moral reasons, by the way, because they're both just as bad as each other financially and stuff. I would like them to win for the storylines that we just talked about. There's loads of old players in there. This is their last opportunity to ever win a Champions League. They will never get this shot again. Yeah. Like when you're talking about the Acerbi and
Mkhitaryan.
And you're talking about them players, they'll never get a shot to do this again. And I know
even Jan Sommer as well. He's never going to play in another final, maybe.
So you just want to see players like that get their moments, and I do feel like the PSG team are going to be back here again. Some of these are young players, and they're so talented. There's no way they're not going to get another shot at winning the Champions League. So I'll say that. But who do I think's going to win? I still think Inter are going to do it. They've just had this wily humility about them, where it's like, okay, we will just play our football and just get across the line in whatever way possible. And I guess the epitome of that was watching them against Barcelona. That Barcelona team are exactly like PSG in terms of high press, high energy, young, individual, talented players that can do anything at any moment. But this Inter team is is structured so well. They just seem to be able to bounce back. They've got a great mentality, and I think it's going to get them over the line in a final. I really do. We'll see what happens. PSG might just smoke them, but we'll see. That's what I think. What about you, mate?
Good question, good answer. Well, as Javier Zanetti brings out the European
legend
Cup,
of the game
in Munich, I'll give you my answer. Who do I want to win? I'm really split. I'm split because when PSG knocked us out, I went up to a few of their fans. I was sitting in the Anfield Road end, so I was right next to the away fans. I went over and shook a few of their hands and said, you've got to win now. If you beat Liverpool, you should now go on and win this. But then at the same time, you know Matteo, my mate, who was with us for the parade the other day. He's a massive Inter fan.
He's in Milan now, isn't he?
Yeah.
He flew to Milan to watch it.
I don't know how to feel. Maybe just about edge it to Inter in terms of who I want to win, who I think will win. If I said Paris kind of straight off the bat, would that be me almost, underestimating how good Inter Milan's defence is?
Yeah.
It would be, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I haven't said that though, right? They did concede 6 goals against Barcelona.
Across 2 legs they did. But they also scored 7.
Yeah. And they found a way.
And Italian football, it's renowned, it's famous, it's so traditional for an Italian team in Europe to be, very well set up defensively, to be robust, to be stubborn.
It's their bread and butter.
It's what they do, isn't it? So, do you know what? I actually can't almost call this one. It's so tight to call. I mean, both teams have been... I mean, Inter Milan haven't won the league. PSG wrapped that up so early, almost the same time as Liverpool, maybe even before. So it's a difficult one, really. I mean, who do I think will win it? Potentially PSG, which is actually the opposite of what you've just said.
The way I see this game going is 2 ways. A long, hard slog where Inter finally get over the line and beat them, or Inter absolutely storm them in the first 20, 30 minutes and just score 2 goals. Boom, like that. That can happen, but again, as I said, the main thing for me is the mentality. I think Inter Milan have been tested in every single way they could in their run-up coming to the final, whereas PSG have had a lot of this stuff go their way in the sense of when they've beat teams, they've blown them away, and that's just what's happened. They have shown mentality throughout it, so I'm not going to take that away from Liverpool beat them at their ground, they came and beat us at ours, so they've got it themselves, but I just feel like that little bit extra from the wisdom of these older players might get them through. We'll see. You've experienced this.
Yeah, the team with that experience that you talk about in Inter Milan, a lot of those players will have played or had some involvement in the defeat 2 years ago to Manchester City.
Yeah.
Do you think that experience of losing so soon can help them?
Yeah.
Win tonight? And PSG themselves only lost the Champions League final 5 years ago.
1,000,000%, yes.
Against Bayern Munich 1-0, but it's a tough one. Who is going to win this game? We've asked you in the chat. We did a little poll there, predictions. Who wins? And I knew it would be this close. 58% have gone for a PSG win and 42% for an Inter Milan win, which really, it kind of exaggerates the fact that this is a tough one to call, and even the people in the chat are almost down the middle on this one.
It's difficult, mate. Really hard game. As I said, it's an attacking team versus a team that knows how to be comfortable defending and will find spaces here and there to get a goal for themselves, and it's super clinical, mate. They'll have 4 shots and score 4 goals.
That's it.
Shoot, yeah.
3-3 full time. PSG to win on penalties. Won't be no 2005 Istanbul miracle, but more a bit of a back and forth goals. Hopefully the best Champions League final in many years, because let's be honest, they haven't been incredible to watch, have they?
I'm going to be totally honest with you, lad. Cup finals are not usually the best games of football, and we all know why, right? Semi-finals are the best. That's the best stage of any cup, in my opinion, because it's usually when it's like we have the potential to get to the final, but we're going to go for it. Whereas the final there is no more after this. That we cannot mess up. There's 2 legs in the semi. There's 1 here. Everyone just plays a bit tentatively. Seen it in the Liverpool final ages ago with them, and the last few years you're the same. It's been a bit crap, even last year, the Man City one, 1-0. They're not being the best, to be quite honest with you. When you see things like the World Cup final and
that
Istanbul,
was a bit of an anomaly.
That's a phenomenon. That does not. The reason why we're going to remember that forever is because it is special. That doesn't happen. But still, it'll be a good game of tactics. I'm hoping it'll be 2 teams just prodding each other and trying to work it out. So let's see what happens. If there's a goal early, then everything changes. Yeah. Everything. I would like a goal early. I definitely would. That would be great for the game.
Yeah. Little super chat here. Clara Bitsy, never mind Doyle on that tie comparison, but trust me, you are the most likeable Liverpool representative on the panel right now. So big up to Clara Bitsy. She's always involved. At first, she was firing shots at everyone. apart from me, but now it's me in there as well. So
No,
thank you for the super chat. AGT didn't play. Didn't Liverpool play the old format of the Europa League and failed to win it? However, Chelsea always wins the lower tier European comp, says Claver. And Eric Shawn says, where is Gary Coleman and the Fat Albert in this stream? Oh, God. I was looking forward to the commentary they bring to the stream, says Eric. Like I said, unfortunately, they can't make it. They were watching Jamaica-Nigeria at the G-Tech.
I don't believe you, Eric. Buddy. Yeah, I don't believe that's a true statement.
I don't think. Well, yeah,
just simply because the first part of the sentence. That's all I would say.
Barat says, big up from Dev, who is 7 watching the match, supporting Milan with his cousins. You can't really say Milan though, because AC Milan is Milan. You have to say Inter.
I agree. You have to say Inter. I do.
Because Matteo doesn't like that if you call his Inter Milan.
No, I agree,
Milan.
lads. I agree.
So,
there's a reason why it was invented, right? That it was literally for that reason, because Milan wanted to be, or the Milanese people wanted their own Milanese club.
Milanese.
Milanese.
By the way, on the bench, Peter Zielinski. We've just had a super chat here from Eric, Liverpool fan here from the US. Peter Zielinski, respect the name, he says. And, the number 7 for Inter Milan could come on at some point to impact the game. A Cherby there pointing up to the skies. Obviously, we all know probably why. It's most likely his father, relating to the story that obviously we just spoke about a minute ago, in the kind of tough few years he's had on and off the pitch.
Is he crying?
But Lautaro Martinez there, I think he has a little prayer, puts his chewing gum in his mouth, and as the captain of Internazionale, he leads his team to another Champions League final. That's the second one in 2 years for him as captain. But the referee is set to blow his whistle here in Munich, in Germany, and get us underway. It's PSG from left to right in the navy blue, and it's Inter Milan in right to left in their away strip of the yellow.
Whoa.
And that is one of the strangest kickoffs in Champions League history.
It's the worst. That's got to go down as the worst one. He just kicked it out. What was that?
I have no idea.
What was that?
What that was? Maybe just a ploy to box them in a little bit, push them up the pitch, and get a bit of possession there.
But this is what.
Then Free just tried to give Kvaratskhelia the old shoulder there.
This is the thing about PSG. What they're really good at. They're good at containing you, lad. They'll put you in a little box and you'll press.
Suffocate,
like that 3-second rule. So as long as you've won, you can win the ball back in 3 seconds. As long as you swamp them. Pep used to do it. Jurgen Klopp done it. It works, but you've got to have your players all running at the same moment, at the right triggers, and you've got to be coached to do it. It's a difficult thing to do, but when it works, wow, does it work.
And already PSG trying to keep control of the ball, but no, Marcus Thuram comes away with it, and it's good strength there from Nuno Mendes.
Who's your favourite player from each team?
Probably Vitinha from PSG. You know me and you like a central midfield player, don't we? And then for Inter, I'll probably go for... good question. Probably Barella.
Same. The exact same players.
Exact same, yeah.
Centre mids, we like the players that can dictate and do the stuff when there's a lot of people around them. It just shows a lot of class and ability. Your best players play centre mid, in my opinion.
And Desiree Doué up against DeMarco. That's a good little match up there, isn't it?
Again, I keep saying it, experience and youth. It's wonderful to see.
And sometimes you never know what actually counts the most in a final. Will it be youth or experience? I mean, most of the time, experience gets you over the line. But I think having that awareness on the pitch, DeMarco knows he's not quicker than Doué. But if he can get in the right positions early on, and obviously Dembele will float out to this side as well. He's got a lot to do, DeMarco, tonight. I know he's a wing back, and he gets forward as well, and he'll have his own things for the opposition to worry about. But it's
that
a good
was nearly
pass,
a fantastic ball.
And a Cherby clears
it away. We haven't talked about today, lad?
Who?
Dembele and Kvaratskhelia. We haven't mentioned them at all, really. And
is that a foul from Doué? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Referee's given it. Just 2 minutes in. Vishit. I've probably ruined your name. I do apologise.
Yeah, please do.
I do apologise because it's a difficult one to read that just straight off the dome. But he makes a good point. Barcelona won a domestic treble. They reached the semi-final in the Champions League. If Inter wins, Yamal or Rafinha are favourites to win the Ballon d'Or. Salah will not win it. And you have to admit, whoever does win this now, it does have a big impact on the Ballon d'Or, doesn't it?
Yeah. You can't argue with it. Like, watching that Yamal, I can't lie to you. He's probably one of the best young players I've ever seen in my entire life. He's genuinely unbelievable. Really, in my lifetime, a 17-year-old to play like that is just scary, to be quite honest with you. I wonder how young they're going to get after this. Like, they're going to start getting 15-year-olds coming through like that, mate. It's ridiculous how good these young footballers are.
Good pressing that for PSG, forcing Jan Sommer into an early possession giveaway.
I will say, as a Liverpool fan, I'd love Mo Salah to win it. He's just won every trophy as an individual that he could possibly win for Liverpool in terms of Player of the Season, Golden Boot, Playmaker of the Season, and also won the league. Like, he couldn't have won much more than that individually. So I'd like to see him win it, but there's a very good argument for them too, without a shadow of a doubt. I know it's a popularity contest. The two people like more. It's not about meritocracy or something. I would say that Yamal, for a 17-year-old to win Ballon d'Or, is that the youngest player to ever win it?
I think it would be. He's already won the Golden Boy Award, and I don't think you can win that twice. So once you've won that, you're naturally in for the Ballon d'Or if you do well.
So if he does that, fair play to him. Can't take it away from him. But I'd love to see Mo win it. And I guess I'd like to see him win it based off the last 8 or 9 years of consistently putting up numbers like that and them going, do you know what? You finally deserve this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They did it with Messi. They did that with Messi a few times when he got that trophy. They did it with Modric. They did it to a few players, mate. There was players that deserved to win it other than them.
Ramza says, where is Ty? Well, we told you. He's in the car. I mean, they should try and pop in, though.
It would be one of them. They've got to come all the way from Brentford or something.
They're coming all the way from Brentford. Do stay with us, though, obviously. Is the 263 bus running late? We want Ty. Headphone Army stand up, says Momar, a big fan of Ty's, as we all are, on DR Sports. Cashley Cole says, bun Dr. Ferrari. Inter are going to hold licks. And that's my mate, Dr. Ferrari. So be careful. He's a doctor. He does good things. Don't bun him. Great to see Doyle back. It nullifies the sausage, says Ricky Proctor. Again, very good comment, I'll be honest.
That's my job, mate. That's what I'm here to do.
Mrs. Med says, AGT, where is Ty? I want to call him delusional and ask what phase Arteta is in. Hashtag you never walk alone.
What phase Arteta's in now?
It must be 6, I'd say. Probably a 6th phase by now, isn't it? They keep flying by all these phases, but nothing seems to happen.
Fantastic.
Fix the clock, says the chat. That is true.
It is wrong,
Hassan,
mate.
are you on that?
Very wrong, lads.
In the back there? Are you
broken,
awake?
mate?
In the edit suite back there? Who broke Doyle's finger? Says...
I did.
We've spoken about this about 5 times today.
Yeah,
because we were actually with each other on a social engagement before this.
Yeah, but we was. We had a little family get together, which was really nice. Gilly invited me to have a meal with his family. Really lovely to see them all.
Shout out to Mia.
Yeah, they asked for a little shout out, didn't they? Hi.
Lasagna was a belter.
Who broke my finger? Well, me and Gilly play football lots together, and we were playing a 7-a-side game, and there was a fella that clattered Gilly by accident. Didn't mean it on purpose. Absolutely didn't mean it. But it was just one of them where he's running around like this on his elbows and he clattered Gilly. So as you do,
right with the elbow on the hooter.
As
and
you
I thought
do,
it was broken.
You keep an eye on that, don't you? You just go cool, yeah. Just make sure, like, it doesn't get me next time or whatever else. So when he was on the ball after that, I decided that I was just going to go a little bit heavy with me tackle. And I did. I got me tackle in. But unfortunately, whilst I got me tackle, my hand was in between the two bodies and my finger broke. So that's what happened. Yeah, so I'm going to protect him.
Wasn't that, was it?
It wasn't that. No, it wasn't that. Some suggestions on the screen of what it could be, and it wasn't that. Yeah,
right, ball comes in Vitinha. Oh, it's gone all the way. Yeah, imagine writing that and he hasn't fixed the clock. The sausage.
Fix the clock pass, yeah.
Chance, headed up by a Cherby, Vitinha, back stick.
Look at that for a ball.
And that will go out for a goal
great
kick,
ball,
I think.
Absolutely great ball that was.
But yeah, Mrs. Med, I'm sorry you can't ask Ty that, but we'll see. Maybe we can get him on the phone. Can we get him on the phone, him and Robbie?
He's not going to answer the phone to you asking him.
No, because he'll be in Robbie's car. And obviously, this loudspeaker will be on.
We're going to give him the night off.
Yeah. Well, maybe not if he's around. Yeah. Figan says thanks. Now I know.
Yeah, no
About your
problem.
broken
Thank you
finger,
for asking.
so, yeah.
Appreciate it.
You haven't stopped going on about it really.
Yeah, everyone's
since
been asking me.
happened.
And now it's that bad, yeah. I've been doing this for like 6 weeks that my finger is now straight like this and I can't bend it. So let's see what happens with that.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Let's see
Don't break
what
your
happens.
fingers is what I'm getting at. You know, don't do it because it actually takes ages to fix them. Who'd have thought it?
Right, 8 minutes in. Clearly, PSG at the minute for sure
On top.
are on top. They're the ones with the possession.
This is what Inter do, lad. They were doing it all game against Barcelona. Just going, yeah, go ahead, have the ball. Do what you want. Attack. They get one shot and it goes in. That's what they do, mate.
Yeah. But anyway, here's Doué. First battle up against DeMarco.
He's another young kid. That is he 18, 19, something like that. He's another young kid, similar to Yamal.
Look at this footwork from
Sick.
Vitinha.
You know what I mean?
So good.
Whilst holding a man off there. Doué's another young fella that's coming through, and he's just unbelievably technically gifted. I don't know what they're putting in these kids' cereals when they're growing up, mate, but
Hakimi
wow.
with the cross. DeMarco does well defensively, gets back. He gets back. Macho Man says, is the Europa League bigger than the FA Cup? It's a good question. We'll have a look.
We'll have
Certainly
a look.
have a look.
Have a look.
I would say yes, because if you win that, you get the Champions League.
I'd also you say yes because you have to finish in a certain spot to be able to get into that trophy, which means you need to have some ability on the ball. Whereas the FA Cup, although it's a round by round thing, you still get in it anyway. You just get an opportunity no matter what. So I'd say that. A European Cup is always
First
the
shot
best
on
in
goal
my
there
opinion.
from Doué. Cuts inside. Little grass cutter over to Jan Sommer. On the other side that time, he can be left or right. Which again, if you're DeMarco, if you're Dumfries, right?
Yeah.
Or the centre-backs are Cherby as well. And Bastoni. Because their strikers and their forward players are so interchangeable. Good play this from Marcus
Really?
Thuram, by the way.
Yeah.
Good hold up.
Really good.
Number 9 play.
Nothing to win.
But because they're so difficult and slimy and they can go from side to side, I mean, picking all of them up tonight is going to be some job, isn't it?
It's the exact same. I keep saying it. They're playing another Barcelona right now. They really are. They're both just the exact same. Super dynamic forwards. It's hard to match where they're going to be. They can swap sides if they want to. They can score from outside the box. They can do a reverse ball from a little sneaky run. They're fantastic. And it's going to be difficult for them, no doubt about it. But I just feel like they've got the mentality to deal with teams like that. You've seen it against Barcelona. They just kept going. Even when Barcelona, like, yeah, we've won this, it's in the bag. They just kept going.
Also, Henrik Mkhitaryan, right, who we spoke about earlier, is 36.
Yeah.
He's basically playing in central midfield. I mean, when he was in his pomp...
lad, he is.
Well, he is. You know, he's playing in central midfield. But did anyone ever think that when he was obviously playing for Manchester United, had a stint at Arsenal as well, didn't he? But
No.
he was an out-and-out winger, wasn't he?
No way whatsoever. It just goes to show you that, you know, when you go to a certain country, maybe it's not for you, or a certain style is not for you, and when you can adapt to get the best out of somebody when you just change that up. Inzaghi's tactics are great, lad. He does like to absorb a lot of pressure, but they've got great attacking style as well. The great lad.
Absolutely. Anyway, here's Dembele up against Bastoni. Cuts
Oh,
inside
my
very
word.
easily and goes for goal.
Terrible shot.
But Bastoni having a word with DeMarco there, saying,
go,
come
by
on,
the
that
way.
was too easy.
What has just happened is
I
exactly
was
what you just
talking about.
described. He's just come in from the right, having been in the centre all game, and then swapped with Doué.
And how do you actually keep on that on lock?
You just have to keep your shape, don't you? Not follow the man, keep your shape, and when the man pops up in your space, you take him, like. Difficult.
Sonny says, hey Doyle, long time, big fan. Guys, just curious, why do Spanish teams beat English teams in the European finals all the time? Chelsea broke that hoodoo when they beat Betis, but 9 of the last 10 finals, the Spanish teams had won.
Oh my God.
Doué!
Yep.
It's 1-0, is it?
That was a great goal.
It's 1-0.
What a great goal.
1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final, and it's
celebrating.
Hakimi,
He's not celebrating.
because he used to play for them.
Good lad. Oh, it's offside, is it?
Is it
I
offside?
don't know. Why is he doing that?
We'll get another look. Certainly have
Have
a
a
look.
look.
But that is some start, by the way, for Paris Saint-Germain, who
What a
seem
goal.
fairly subdued. And
It's like a training goal, lad. He passed that across the box. He just literally passed that across his.
yeah, I mean, Inzaghi is not going to be happy at that. He gets a few claps there from the Inter fans, who he says sorry to. I mean, he was there.
Great.
Oh, he's well onside.
Well onside, lad.
Well onside.
It's
And
that first
PSG
ball.
1-0 up.
Yeah, well onside.
Great pass. DeMarco, where is he there at the
Wow.
back stick?
It's exactly what you just said about them interchanging and crossing over. I don't think they've known who to pick up. That was such he had time to turn, look up and pass it across the box there. That was too easy, that.
Yeah, he spent just one season at Inter Milan, did Hakimi. Don't forget he came through the academy at Real Madrid, was at Madrid, played 9 games for them across a 3-year period, but within that, went on loan to Borussia Dortmund. He's been at Inter Milan, as we know, and now he's at Paris Saint-Germain, and he could even be up for the Ballon d'Or now, especially after scoring in the Champions League final.
Well, last I seen it in the odds, he was actually up for it. He was the favourite.
Hakimi, a right back. So maybe right backs can win the Ballon d'Or, as Trent wanted. Who knows?
Why would Hakimi win it? Is his season being that good?
You know, he's only 26. I thought he was, a bit older. But he plays for Morocco, but he was actually born in Madrid, so he could have played for Spain. But I respect that. He chose his kind of mother country,
Yeah.
And 83 appearances for Morocco as well, and obviously got them into a World Cup quarter-final as well.
That was exceptional, man.
So big him up, and he gets the goal for his team tonight that puts them 1-0 up. And now Inter have got some serious work to do, because as much as PSG are free-flowing, as much as they can interchange their strikers, they're also decent defensively. Yes, they will give you some chances, but
Oh, go away, lad.
Inter Milan now have really got to use all that experience that they've got to slowly edge back into this game.
They're going to need it, lad. I actually think that Inter were better off scoring first if they wanted to try and keep hold of this game, because now they're going to have to come out of their shell, break the structure. PSG might be able to pick them apart. I said if they get it in the first 20-30 minutes, that could be where Inter lose, because traditionally in the game that you've seen previously, they kept taking the lead themselves. So we'll see what happens. But PSG have been by far and away the better team.
But look
in
at this
game.
press, this high press that PSG have got. Who can Inter even pass it to in that situation?
That's
You've
the point,
got
lad.
the midfield and the 3 strikers. You've got 5 players almost pinning you in, and this is something that obviously Luis Enrique would have worked on, and it's down to that man. Simone Inzaghi, to almost debunk what has been planned to set up against them, and he's got to impose his own team's philosophy on the game.
You cannot build it from the back slowly with PSG. You have to be really great at breaking a press, and Inter have definitely struggled in the first 15 minutes against that. They really have. The thing with Barcelona that's different to this PSG team was the high line that Barca played. It was almost suicide football at points. I know they play high risk football, and they definitely play wonderful football as a result. But that was Inter's in. Does that make sense? This team seems a bit more structured defensively. PSG, they don't take as much risks when it comes to the high press, the high line.
As Arsenal and Liverpool fans, we should tilt towards PSG to win it, because we can always say that we went out to the team that won it. And that's initially what I said when PSG did come to Anfield. I did say that I'd like them to go on and win it now.
I get that argument, but I don't care. Liverpool won it 6 times.
But if you're Inter, you were, 3-1 down against Barcelona with 5 minutes to go in the last round. So they're not worried about going down 1-0 at this stage. But
No.
I mean, if they concede another one, then we might have to start
Wow,
thinking
that was
about
great
it.
from
But
Bastoni
that was
there.
good.
Did he not make him?
Good play from Bastoni. He did. He absolutely did. And the predictions finished: 61% Milan to win, 39% PSG to win for 61%, Inter Milan to win 38%, and that is looking the case, especially in the first 16 minutes. It has been all of PSG, but these kind of moments where Inter get a foul, they can move the bodies 10, 20 metres up the pitch and almost, use their own game against
And they didn't
PSG.
do that at all. They just passed it
And
back.
they've just, sat on the ball, really.
They need to be able to lump it forward. Barella's not been on the ball, hardly.
Yeah, Thuram's got a lot of work to do
Great ball.
in this position,
Terrible.
and that was poor. But if he can win it back in the first 3 seconds, can he? Yes,
Ooh.
he does. And
Inter have gotta
Dumfries will not get the free kick.
Inter have got to be dogged and efficient. Make it hard for them to chase you and be efficient with every touch. They really do.
I mean, some of these passes are not really
Bobby,
helping
Bobby.
out. Ooh,
Oh my God.
well played, Jan Sommer. Good play. And DeMarco sends it
there's
up, but
Dalla.
again, it's a bit messy. This and PSG,
Capitalise on this while you can. He can
Kvaratskhelia
score, yeah.
goes for goal, and it's well over.
See what he did
Well
there?
over.
That's what Yamal's the best at. He digs shots out.
Yeah.
It's almost like he leans forward like this to cover the space from the man, knocks it a little bit and digs it out from under his body. He's fantastic at it, mate.
Who?
Yamal.
Lamine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not
Incredible.
playing though, is he?
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
But he did.
Yeah, for sure.
Commentary.
If there's no tie, I'm gone, says Kaka 2000. How do you reply to that?
Fair, lad. I understand the qualities that Ty brings to these streams, and if we're not able to offer you them, then I'm sorry about that. Tune in next time when Ty's here.
The clock as well. Look at that.
Haas.
What are you doing in there, Haas? Wake up, son. Yeah, you've gone on 0 minutes now. Come on, we need it up to date, brother.
Is this Mendes?
This is Mendes down. Let's see. Dumfries and Mendes went up together.
That did look so, but he didn't do it on purpose, but did look so, that one, you know.
Okay.
Is this the goal? Yeah, look at that run.
Great pass from Vitinha. Cuts the lines. Gives it to Doué, who
Honestly,
slides it across, and Hakimi with the composed finish. But again, if that wasn't maybe in front of his fans and not the Inter fans, would he have celebrated?
No, he didn't want to celebrate, lad.
Just one season he was there.
So-
It's respect, though. I appreciate it. I respect that. Where is that deluded Papa Smurf, says Jay Wyland. Well, he's not coming, unfortunately. Unless we get some kind of surprise appearance, then I can't see it, my friend. But we've got the clock back working now. I think Hassan has fixed that finally. Hopefully it stays that way.
PSG are all over this, aren't they?
Did you get the feeling in the first 20 minutes that this is just PSG's year? Finally?
It could be, but also youth plays a massive stake. It's got a massive stake in this, mate. If they think they've won already because they're 1-0 up, they won't win.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. So they've got to be mentally tough. It's not just about how good they are on the ball, because we all know how brilliant they are. Got to be tough now and get through it.
Yeah, and it's Dumfries with his big long throw that they'll be looking to use this as some kind of escape, some kind of opportunity to put a bit of pressure on the keeper, almost as if it was a corner or a free kick themselves. But let's see if he can reach. It's a bit of a loopy throw-in. It is flicked on, and I guess they will get a corner out of it.
Yeah, what a
maybe
great
not.
defender.
Yeah, well done.
Mate.
And they thought they were getting a corner then, but it doesn't look like they will. And here we go.
1-on-1.
It's 4-on-2. Dembele up against.
Oh, he's done well.
Inter here,
Hit
and Doué goes for goal. It's 2-0.
2-0.
It's 2-0 in the final, and after 20 minutes, is that the goal that has already killed Inter Milan and wins PSG their first ever UEFA Champions League? Is it the goal? It's deflected off at DiMarco. And you were just saying if they think they've won it at 1-0, they've got another thing coming. But guess what? One of the youngest players on the pitch, starting in the final, has just doubled the lead.
Absolutely. Bit of a lucky goal, but you don't get lucky unless you shoot, mate. So well done to him. And they're going to win the Champions League now, right? That's what's about to happen. It's done now.
20 minutes in, it's done now,
it's
you're
done.
saying.
I think so, yeah.
Let's see this. This is...
It's in.
That
Good.
stays on, and that's Nuno Mendes.
That's all him again, mate.
Fantastic. And look at this breakaway. It's Kvaratskhelia down the line. Dembele does really well to hold it up, draw in the defenders, couple of step overs. But it's that pass there over to Doué. Who, I mean, listen,
Unlucky, mate.
that shot, though, it's not going to
go in.
Let's have a little look.
It's very lucky.
He kind of hits it into the ground. The keeper will probably save that, but the deflection has absolutely killed Jan Sommer in the goal.
Has.
It's a shot that he probably does save if it goes through. And
Can't imagine
that
the
is an
feelings that Inter
absolute
Milan feelings
deflating one right now there for Inter Milan and DiMarco, who hasn't had the best start to this game, let's be honest. It's his deflected deflection that, allows the ball to go into the net. And it's 2-0 to PSG in the Champions League final after 20 minutes. And the flares are out. The PSG fans, including Parisian London, I'm sure, is going to be liking this one. Clover says, if PSG wins, Arsenal will claim a second trophy. At least we lost to the team who won it, in addition to their, we finished second trophy. That's very good. 100% said, did he just say it's done?
Yeah.
Like he's not a Liverpool fan?
Yeah, no, I am a Liverpool fan, and I would say...
We've seen what happens in finals with Liverpool when they go 2-0 down, 3-0
If it were Liverpool,
down.
I'd say it's not done, but it's not. Let's see what happens. I guess I can't write them off, but from what I've seen in the first 20 minutes, I can't see any way back for Inter unless they score a corner or a free kick or a set piece or something and change the dynamic of this game. I think Inzaghi's got to look at something to shift right now, not just at half time, right now. Because
Really?
This is terrible from Inter, mate. They've been so poor. So poor. Have they even registered a shot yet?
No.
There you go.
And it would be DeMarco with the corner. Oh no, he just runs over it. Mkhitaryan whips it in, and it is a Cherby. And what a goal that would have been for him.
That would have been great.
In the final, but now he's got to get back because they're coming again. But that was a good ball in from Mkhitaryan. It just needed a little bit less hang time there from a Cherby.
Yeah, jumped a bit early.
Jumped a little bit early. R.I.P. Salah's Ballon d'Or, says Tommy T.
Yeah.
Is that Salah's Ballon d'Or gone?
Probably never going to get it anyway, mate. Genuinely. I don't know what else that man can do to get a Ballon d'Or.
No.
I really don't, so.
Don Robbie, I am inside you, says Bilal.
What?
Interesting. AGT, can I clap your cheeks? You're moving mad, Bilal.
What's going on there?
This guy is moving mad. Let me just put you in a little time out.
Time out, mate.
Little time out, lads. You need a little time out.
Easy,
You're
lad.
moving thirsty, and it's just weird. 2-0 inside 23 minutes. Could we potentially see PSG 3-0 up in the first half of a Champions League final? I don't think that would have happened since the Istanbul final in 2005 when AC Milan were 3-0 up against Liverpool.
I can imagine that final, everyone was doing exactly what I just said. Yeah, it's done now,
Done.
finito. Yeah, this team's never
And
coming
3
back.
is even more. Of course you would say that at 3.
I mean, I just think PSG they're a fantastic team. They've got the lead that I said if this happens, I said before the stream, if the first 20-30 minutes they get 2 goals, PSG will go on to win. I said there's going to be 2 ways this game will go. This way or a long goal slog. And they went the first one, so PSG, Inter have just not been able to keep up with them, mate. I can't see it.
And although PSG do give you some half chances, in the driving seat, as comfortable as they are, 2-0 up, at this stage, we've barely seen Inter get out their half. But is it almost like they're just going to control this now, Paris?
Yeah.
You know, I can't see them giving away too much here now. Now that they're in such a great lead.
I really can't see.
He's got through on another account, AGT, I am your lover. Well, I'm going to have to put you on a timeout on that account as well.
Another account.
You sausage. What sort of final is this, says Lord of Voodoo.
It's just a training game for PSG right now, genuinely. This is ridiculously easy for them. There's no... look, he's on the ball. There's no press whatsoever. I don't get it, to be honest. Like, there's not a press to tackle him.
So it looks like Tottenham versus Paris Saint-Germain in the Super Cup. Who would have thought that at the start of the season, by the way? Literally, for both teams. Right, I'm going to go toilet quickly.
Oh, Tottenham are about to get finished, mate. To get in that Super League final. Like, finished. Message deleted. This should be Arsenal in the final. It shouldn't. It bloody shouldn't. We can see why PSG have got to the final now. Oh, my days. They're just... Oh, my... Dembele now on the ball. Just making this look like a training game. Very easy final for them. It's been one-sided. What can you say, really? Do I have to put you in a timeout as well? I'm going to have to hide this one as well. There we go. You've hidden. Yeah? Stop that, buddy. I've got a super chat, few super chats where they're coming through where they're not very nice things to say on loud. So I'm not going to. Don't blame the default. Oh. Yeah, you can't, mate. It's what it is. PSG have just walked away with this. What do we think is going to happen now? Do you think there's going to be a comeback for Inter? Because I can't see it. Not at all. Not with what I'm watching. I think Mendes has just been stellar this whole campaign for PSG. I know a lot of the attacking players get the plaudits, but that Mendes has been fantastic. He stopped the likes of Salah and Saka. Brilliant. And then there for that second goal. Oh, shot again. Ruiz there with a shot from outside the box that's been saved. It's too easy for these. Yeah, I think Mendes actually should go down as one of the players of the tournament. Even then, for that second goal, it started from him chasing a lost cause and getting the players on the break quickly. Brilliant, that really was. Yeah, we're going to see Spurs v PSG potentially now in this Super Cup. Who do you reckon is going to win that one? Into the sign again, some control here, but they're not getting much. Oh, that's a nice flick on, no. Whip it in the box there. Go ahead. Oh, thought you supposed to over at that then. So Inter need just a little flick in the box, just something that they can fight over. Maybe get one goal. If they get one goal before half time, you never know. You never know. Let's see. Oh my days. I'm hiding it again. You've sent another one through, lad. Since you've been gone, mate, 2 others have come through from the same fella. Since you've been gone.
Come on, Bill. I'll sort your head out, mate.
At least you know you got a fan, lad.
My God.
Yeah,
What is
you've
he
got a
on
proper
about?
Fan.
Bilal. I know someone called Bilal as well. Nah. This guy's moving mad.
It is hot
This guy's
today.
moving mad. It is hot today in London town. I'm not gonna
25
lie.
degrees or
What
something.
did I miss? Apart
You
from
missed
that, filth.
bloody nothing.
Here we go.
A shot from Ruiz out the box and a nearly overhead from Martinez, but he didn't even go
Ooh,
for
they
it.
can
Oh,
attack,
shoot.
though.
No.
Barella through to DeMarco.
Ah,
And that's a
it's a
goal
goal,
kick,
yeah.
and he's frustrated. Hakimi
Look at
celebrates that
getting
with
the
the
fans going.
Offside.
Offside anyway.
No tie, no party, says Sidorf. Well, listen, we're still going to have a party. Don't worry about that. Good question here from Sven. AGT and Doyle. Is Heung-min Son one of the most Liverpool players to not play for Liverpool? Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
he is. Klopp
High
wanted
work
him,
rate.
and Klopp loved him.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah, he wanted him in Germany. As
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
didn't
for years.
he? Absolutely. Son is a fantastic player. Really. I would have had him in Liverpool without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, I love Son. Great guy. Dembele will win the Ballon d'Or if PSG wins, says Rajesh.
Dembele over Hakimi. Apparently Hakimi is favourites.
Right now,
Yeah.
Inzaghi is not happy with this performance, is he?
It's been poor in every sense of the word, mate. Really not great in any way.
Acerbi smashes it up the line.
Fatina, mate. I rate him so highly. I really do. He's one of the littlest guys on the pitch as well.
Yeah,
He's grew up having to learn other skills to be better than other people on the pitch because he can't physically dominate them. So he has to learn how to do it tactically and be aware of the space on the pitch. He's brilliant, mate.
Yeah.
Who do people want to see win the Ballon d'Or? That's a good question, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we'll do a poll.
Yeah, do a poll. Who do you want to see? It's Salah, I guess Dembele, Yamal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's obviously in the equation, yeah. Won the domestic
Wow,
treble.
that was a
Here's
great
good.
goal, like, you know.
Here's some good play, though. And Inter Milan have to make these chances count whilst they do have the ball because they
PSG
haven't had a
team.
lot of it.
Do you know what I said, by the way, while you were gone? I think genuinely Mendes needs to go down as player of the tournament for PSG. And I just think he's been overlooked because the attacking players for this team are so talented.
Yeah.
They're so
But
wonderful
he's locked
to
up
watch.
Salah.
But he's locked up Salah, he's locked up Saka,
Yeah.
and even it's examples like this for the second goal, right? The ball's a lost cause. No one's chasing that. It's going out for a corner, but he runs at it, sets it up, and gets the team on a transition immediately. That's brass, mate. That's what I want players like. That's what I like players like for Liverpool. Ones that chase and run and hard.
Tell you what, Inzaghi is not happy here.
Would you
at
be,
all.
lad? This team's come out and been poor.
What's the mentality like right now for these Inter players? Because of course they want to get back into the game, but they've got to keep their heads here. Because if they concede another one, it definitely will be over.
It's open now. Look how open they
Yeah.
are. Really, I guess I wouldn't know what to think. To be honest with you, you just got to go and oh my days, just got to go and score a goal, mate. Go and get a goal. So that's what they're thinking. That's why they're leaving spaces behind. But the 2-0 down, you've got nothing else to lose. You've got to do that. You can't do anything else. It's not 1-0. It's 2. You've got to score in this first half.
I know that 2-0 can sometimes be a difficult lead to maintain.
Yeah. False
But
sense of security.
Yeah, but it just hasn't looked like PSG are in the mood to give them any chances, any mistakes.
It's the same with Barca, though. I will say that.
Yeah, it was
Dominant
it is.
Barca
You
at
can't
points
write
in the
Inter
game.
off.
Yeah, Barca at points in that game. It was so dominant. But then Inter won it.
Yeah. Corner comes in then from Mendes. It's gone to the back stick.
Really bad
And Hakimi, who's scored the first goal, can he assist a third? But no, that goes out for a goal kick, and Inter Milan here can regroup. And actually, they'd be begging for half time right now, wouldn't they? They just want to
need to
regroup and go again.
Even that, poor past that.
Yeah,
What,
it's
and then
poor.
leaves him with what? What is anyone supposed to do with any of that? That was what I don't get it. Instead of knowing that PSG are going to come out and have a massively aggressive high press, and they have not set up to play against it, it's weird. They're not doing long balls over the top of it. They're not playing out from the back through it. What are you doing? I do not get what PSG Inter are doing right now. What are you going for?
Baggio says everyone thought Liverpool were bad to lose to PSG on pens. I mean, That's the thing. We only lost to PSG on pens. and
Most
actually-
honourable loss, actually,
Yeah.
out of them all. I haven't said that the first game that we played.
Oh,
them,
we should have been smoked.
my-
You were at that game as well.
Yeah, I
weren't you?
went there and watched it, and I've never seen a goal-keeping performance like it. Alisson was
I think he
Superman
made like
that day.
11 saves or something.
And they weren't
that
just normal saves. Some of them were like,
world class.
I can't believe you've been able to get down to there.
Yeah.
I've sat with next to PSG fans, and they literally said he's the best goalkeeper in the world. They're like,
Yeah.
I don't understand how he's able to do this.
Yeah.
Because Donnarumma's good, don't get me wrong, he is. But he's, in my opinion, he's a specialist goalkeeper, and the speciality is penalties. He's exceptional at penalties. I don't think there's anyone better in the world, probably, at penalties than him. But I think Alisson's a better goalkeeper.
Yeah, overall. And that's without bias, hopefully.
Genuinely.
Anyway, PSG want more here. I look at the space. I mean, Inter, the legs that they're going to have to, get through tonight, the miles to get up and down the pitch.
With these
Especially
old
with
legs.
Mkhitaryan and Chanaloglu. They're old legs, like you say. Dembele shoots, and again, it's blocked by DeMarco. And the goalkeeper, Jan Sommer, is just trying to G up his players, keep that
Can't
spirit
feel sorry
still
for
there.
yourself. You can't feel sorry for yourself in a moment like this. You've just got to go and work again. They were unlucky for the second goal. They definitely
That
were.
was unlucky. Yeah.
Really unlucky, but they shouldn't have let them have a shot in the first place. So
Yeah.
it's one of them. Don't feel sorry for yourself and just fight until you give it all you got now until the end.
Yeah.
Feel sorry for yourself after the game, mate. That's what you got to do. Not now.
Absolutely. Dembele will win the the Ballon d'Or if PSG wins. We read that one. No Jamaicans ordered or the malnourished Spike Lee, says Ramza, referring to the absence of Robbie and Ty.
What he said there. Anson has said Liverpool should replace Arnold with a Hakimi.
Bit
Don't
too
worry,
late
mate.
for that,
We've already got Fremy, and he's just as good. Not bothered.
Ball
He's-
comes in, good corner.
I'd say Trent's probably the best in his position, right back wise, in the world, other than Hakimi. But we went out and got one of the other best players in the world in that position, and that is Fremy, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
and it's a family affair with Frimpong as well. He did say his dad's a big Liverpool fan, and Dad, look, I play for your club now. And when he made that Scouse accent kind of little imitation with the Dutch national team, when he went, all right, lad, to Cody Gakpo, it was just made that if we did buy him one day, that's the quote they'd go with.
They said if we
And
get
they said
Florian
that.
Wirtz, you need to do the reveal video to be like, all right, la, and then Florian comes in and goes, what's happening, mate?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Henrik Mkhitaryan, the 36-year-old, ball comes in,
He was always looking to do that then because he doesn't have the legs to run past. That was
he's trying to put that
Yeah.
early ball in.
lazy, lad. Not lazy, but just, you need more there.
He's working with what he's got,
Yeah.
Lewis says AGT and Doyle predicting a Dembele hat-trick in the Super Cup final. I mean, listen,
against
if
Tottenham, mate.
PSG are 2-0 up
Wow.
against Inter,
Oh, wow.
for a second, imagine,
Against Tottenham right now. we've just
Against
lost
Tottenham.
20, 19 games on
22.
22
22.
games. Wow.
22 games they've lost, Spurs,
They
this season, but
will.
they've got a trophy in the bank.
Piped them everywhere, mate. Absolutely piped.
I like how Dembele doesn't mind getting back and doing almost the dog work, the defensive miles on the clock
I mean,
as well.
it's a Champions League final. He better that. I'll tell you that.
Rajesh says PSG winning the Champions League shows the right manager matters more than star players. They couldn't achieve this even with Messi, Neymar and Mbappe.
We said it earlier, didn't we? Galacticos don't always win things. In fact, famously, they don't.
Yeah.
Because it's not a team. It's a bunch of individuals. It's a very cliche thing. We're all aware of this. Go and look at how much Real Madrid's Galacticos actually won. That'll tell you what you need to know. Same with this PSG team. You need players that enjoy playing with one another, don't have egos too big for one another. And that's what you're seeing now. Bunch of young individuals that want to play for one another.
Good
It's
touch that from
Really
Thuram.
great.
There's a runner on if you can find him. But
brilliant.
again,
I like Thuram, you know.
PSG, they just get back in packs, don't they? They go up together and they come back together. They don't mind doing the dirty work, as it were, in terms of defending as well.
I really enjoyed Thuram's play style.
Oh,
Just
Thuram
upset
almost
that.
gets to it. And again, there's a corner here for Inter Milan. We're just shy of 10 minutes away from half-time. If they score now from this, everything changes naturally,
They've
right?
got to in the first half, in my opinion. And they've got to capitalise on this is where they're going to get their opportunities because they're not as attacking as PSG. They're going to get them here in these corners. How
What-
big all them lads are. They're
Yeah.
massive.
Also, they've done this a couple of times now where DeMarco pretends to take it.
Oh,
but doesn't.
great.
Oh! Thought that was in.
So did I.
Marcus Thuram climbs above his marker and just flicks it wide, doesn't he? How close was that?
He's gutted. He's gutted.
Oh, he's got to be hitting the
yeah,
target
he
there.
does. He's gutted there, you know. That's a great corner. He's
Leaps
done
really
everything.
well.
The height is perfect, the spin on it, everything's perfect, just off target.
Oh, Nuno Mendes is down. He doesn't just go down for anything as well. Looks like he's maybe a side injury, maybe a back injury. But the Inter Milan fans, listen, they're going to have to almost do what the Liverpool fans did in Istanbul in 05 here. They're going to have to make some noise, get the energy levels up, G their boys up, because they've travelled in numbers as they always do. And, they're not going down without a fight. Look at their fans, Doyle.
Well, they're going to need to fight because this is a big uphill battle they've given themselves right now. The fans are going to have to push them.
That's the header. It's Kvaratskhelia who went up with him.
Honestly, that's a chance that, that's the one that you should be scoring at, mate. That's the type of thing I'm talking about, Inter. That usually goes in. That goes in and then the game's changed, flipped on its head, and you're like, whoa, what's happened here? Yeah, I honestly think he's phenomenal. I really like Mendes.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. Maybe a bit of time wasting there, but these Inter fans, like we just touched on, 2-0 down in the first 20 minutes. Yes, they've settled things down a little bit. They haven't conceded for 18 minutes, but
the pain they're feeling
boy,
right now, I understand. Losing the league by a point, and then they're going to lose the final again.
Tough.
We had that last.
Very, very tough.
Like.
Yeah.
We know what that feels like.
But again, PSG will just have to use every little bit of experience here and technicality. Unlike that from Vitinha. Are we seeing a little bit of a shift in the tide here?
A little. Very small. But yes, I hear what you're saying. I think it's actually PSG sitting on what they've got right now going, right, let's just get to
rather than
time.
The other way around, yeah. I hear it.
And they're going to need to defend at some points in the game. They can't be completely gung-ho all the time. They'll be shattered. Game management and all that. PSG winning the Champions League. Mad,
isn't it?
City and PSG in the last few years against Inter.
Chance?
Nope.
Ooh, it's well defended. And again, look how many players that Inter have committed forward.
Can you see how slow? Yeah.
Sluggy. But look at this. It's a game of basketball at the minute. Bastoni coming out with it from the back.
Bastoni, that's fantastic, that, mate. Really.
Yeah. And here we go. Something for Inter to maybe build on. Cross comes in from Dumfries. Cleared, and Barella's touch was just heavy, but he'll win a corner, I think. No, it keeps it on. And Dumfries does whip it in, and it's cleared by Pacho. Straight to Kvaratskhelia, who is the outlet.
Just to wake this game up a bit, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Come on, Inter, get a goal, boys.
Football Lad says PSG Liverpool should have been the final.
Why should we? We lost. We don't deserve to be here.
I know what he means, though, in terms of two best teams in Europe. I think it is Liverpool and PSG, isn't it?
Yeah, but
doesn't always work like that, unfortunately. I think the aircon's kicked in.
Oh, we need it, because honestly, I am breaking.
The cold air is coming out.
To get some cold air, because honestly, it is hot up here. You can imagine all the equipment just emanates heat. Cojones, mate.
Good word, that. Emanates. Yeah. Hot topics Monday morning.
Yeah.
More stuff to discuss transfer-wise on the COP TV. Flozza, Frimmy.
Yeah, Flozza.
Milos.
You got any Liverpool fans in the chat? Yeah, give us a nickname for Florrie and Wirtz. You can't pick between Florrie, Flo, or Flozza. Pick one.
I'll go with Flo.
Flo is cool, that's the
Flo.
one. Yeah. I love the way we're already picking names for him and he hasn't even signed.
I think it's working now, Huss. Is that cold air coming out? Is that cold air?
It's hot in here, isn't it?
Yeah, but it takes a minute for it. It's only literally just turned on, so it takes a minute to cold up, as I would say. Right, Marquinhos.
Hakimi. This Neves has been good. Honestly, the PSG team has been solid all season, hasn't it? One of the best ones we've seen, probably.
You know what, actually, if you look at the form leading into this final for PSG...
I mean, after they've won the league, that doesn't count.
Similar to us.
Doesn't count.
Let's have a little look. Yeah, since they won the league... I mean, yeah, no, they have been
since
doing
they've
well,
won
to
the
be
league,
fair.
they've won every game.
No, I think it was this kind of period where they lost to Nice and Nantes and Strasbourg, but then they picked it well up after. Tell you what, Sommer is leaving things to chance every time he gets the ball so deep.
Yeah,
the
he's
players
waiting
are
for ages
pressing
to
him
pass.
so heavily. Yeah, only 2 wins in 5 the last games.
This was just like the English league this season.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Liverpool, how many do we find? 84?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they obviously play 4 games less than us.
Yeah. Oh, wait, so they had the opportunity to get one more point.
Yeah.
Gee, thoughts.
If you're into Milan, though, you just want a little bit of a half chance at least before half time. Get a goal
You need a goal.
before half
You
time.
need a goal,
Everything
lad.
changes.
You have to go and get a goal. Pavard was having a word then.
Yeah.
He's French,
Didn't
isn't
he used to play for them as well?
In PSG, yeah. Yeah, he did.
And Bayern.
Yeah.
He's had some teams, hasn't he?
Just all off that goal that he scored for France, do you remember?
2018 World Cup. Some strike
Insane.
that, though. Love that. It's like a little screwball.
Went right through it.
Goes up and up.
Kvaratskhelia, look, they've swapped wings again, mate. Kvaratskhelia just been on the right.
Yeah.
Now he's in the centre.
I mean,
So difficult to play against.
how do you pick them up? Like you say, it's a shape thing less than a man-to-man thing.
Yeah, it has to be, I guess. Because look, wow. They're just so dynamic.
Doué crosses
gonna be a
it, back
goal.
stick, Dembele. I don't know what that
How's
was.
he done that?
Was it a shot or a cross? Anyway, Doué's landed back with the ball.
How's he done that?
I have no idea. I'll be honest.
That was did he do that for a laugh? He was like, "Oh, I'm only messing, boys." That was mad. He could have scored that.
Yeah, easily.
It's like he didn't want the game to be too easy or something. Wow, PSG are just going to win this game of football.
They're
I
just
think Inter have had
controlling it, aren't
15
they?
minutes, 10 minutes in
Just
this game, and
controlling
apart
it.
from that, there's been nothing for them.
The Nizbu says, just get shirtless.
Was?
Allegedly.
No, thank you, lad.
Yeah. What's going on tonight? People moving a bit thirsty.
Yeah, what is
and-
that? Like,
and
what is
fruity
going
in the
on
chat.
with this tonight?
That's all mad. PSG doing it the year Mbappe leaves is pure poetry.
It is. It's beautiful. That is the one. That's the one reason why I want PSG to win. The only one. I want Inter to win this, but if PSG are gonna, that's a nice thing. And now Liverpool, you've got to do the same thing next year for Trent. Yeah. And I hope we
true.
get Real Madrid in the final, and I hope we smoke them. Yeah.
You
In my
want Trent to
lifetime,
score an own goal?
I've got to see Liverpool smoke Real
In a
Madrid
final.
in a final. I've got to see it. The pain they've caused me in so many different ways, mate. I've got to see it. Only got to beat them 2-0 this season, but it wasn't like.
Yeah. Was that okay?
Really?
The Nizbizu says Asna has the highest games played in the Champions League without winning it. I remember I said that earlier,
Because they
211
never have.
games. Because they never have. I won't say they never will, but, you know. You should
Surely
have a
they've got
couple
to.
by
They
now.
will at
Come
some
on,
point.
guys.
I do think this Arsenal team, there's only a matter of time before they win something.
2 minutes added on, by the way. And just going back to that, you know, Luis Enrique assembling or reassembling this team
Crap.
of great players without the Galacticos in there.
Yeah.
Isn't that just a really good thing for football? If he wins a team, if he wins with a team that hasn't got the Messis, the Neymars, the Mbappes in.
I mean, he's still got Dembele's and he's still got players they paid over 100 mil for and stuff. So there are players there, but I do agree it's not the same. Like, how much was Kvaratskhelia?
Not that much, actually.
80 million or 75 million or something. They have spent money to have the team that they're with, but they haven't went for big egos. I guess they've still got the likes of Hakimi and stuff as well. So it's great what he's done. He's given them a great mentality and they play wonderful
80, yeah.
football. Wonderful football. So they are still spending money, mate. And they have just consistently spent money for the last however many years. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say...
And is that a reason, because of the money that they have spent, is that a reason that maybe people haven't wanted them to actually win this competition in
100%.
the past, as opposed to this year?
100%, but you need to go and look at the financial structure of lots of teams, and you find out, right, that pretty much all of them are just as bad as each other in one way or another. Yes, there are rich teams that go out and buy loads of players, but there are also teams like Inter who are in massive amounts of debt and don't repay that debt, and it affects the rest of the league for the Italians. So there's lots of ways to look at it, genuinely.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone's just as guilty as each other with this type of stuff. Football is just sometimes a very dishonest game, if I'm quite honest with you, mate, unfortunately.
20 seconds to go in the first half. Currently PSG 2, Inter Milan 0. Kvaratskhelia
Oh, wow.
bobbing and weaving.
It's got-
Again takes a deflection and
that one
again
in
goes
there,
out
mate.
for a corner.
Look like one of them spinny ones that bounces off somebody.
I mean, he can chop and
Chop,
change
chop, chop,
speed
yeah, see the way
and
it's spinning?
direction. Yeah.
Them ones are dangerous, you know, because they can just float in the bottom corner like.
They're going to get time, though, to take this corner, PSG.
And they are taking all of their time to
Yeah.
take this corner. Is Dembele taking this?
Looks like, he's gone over. Right and left footed.
Really?
Famously.
Super ambidextrous.
Great ball in.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's clipped off the roof of the net from Kvaratskhelia, who isn't known for his heading. But it was a good ball in.
It was.
Oh, and he's
Oh,
got
wow.
to do better there.
Yeah.
Gets ahead of Barella. And that is half time, Doyle. That is
Yeah.
half time. Hakimi with the first goal and Doué with the second goal. Obviously, it does take a rather unkind deflection off of DeMarco and find the back of the net. But if you look at how they are now, right? PSG players coming off the pitch, they're not ahead of themselves. They're not celebrating because let's not forget. I know it's 3-0 and 2-0. You know, there's a difference there. But the half time in Istanbul, you know, the AC players were celebrating, going down the tunnel, hugging each other. That's why it's such a dark day for them, because they clearly thought they did win it. But listen, you know,
That's what I was going
you
into.
have to almost keep that mentality of we carry on, nothing changes, we're 2-0 up, play the same way. So there you go. There you go.
To be honest with you, it looks like a normal Premier League game or something on a Saturday at 3 o'clock, and it's top of the league, the bottom of the league, and it's just straightforward, to be quite honest with you. That's what this fixture looks like to me, to be quite honest with you, mate. PSG are dominant in every single area of this pitch. There's not been a sniff for Inter. I think they had that one chance from the corner, which they usually would take, and he didn't. Fulham's gutted.
Dead Certs makes a good point here. He says Kvaratskhelia, 70 million, Neves 60 million, Doué 50, Pacho 40, Kolo Muani 95, Gonzalo Ramos cost them 65, Ugarte, who's now at United, 70, Dembele 50, Hernandez 45, Barcola 45, all in the last 2 years.
It's a lot of money.
So they have spent a lot of money, and
Without a doubt.
I know we've been saying, you know, it isn't the Messis, the Neymars, the Suarez's, and sorry, not the Suarez's, the Mbappes. But yes, it's not those superstars, but these are the next in line to be those superstars.
Yeah, but
aren't
they
they?
haven't bought the established superstars. That's what we're going for, right? That's what we're actually talking
That's what
about.
the
They've
neutrals
spent-
like.
Yeah, they spent
you
money
could
on
say.
potential, and that potential has come to fruition through great coaching from Luis Enrique. There's no doubt about it. This team is better, not just because of the talent he's brought in that's young. It's better because of Luis Enrique. He's had a great managerial career with PSG. Actually, he really has. So, didn't he have a good one with Barcelona as well? I can't quite remember.
He won the Champions League with
Yeah,
Barca,
there you go.
Luis Enrique.
There you go.
So if he does win tonight, that's 2 Champions League wins with 2
Great
different
manager.
clubs.
Great manager.
He is a
Genuinely.
great manager. Messi and Suarez, by the way, doing an advert here for Walker's Crisps, and it looks like they're in like a London Irish bar.
Yeah, just a normal one with
It's
pickled eggs
crazy
in
that,
that.
isn't it?
Imagine you were just in a pub and Messi and Suarez walked in. I'd be like, "Do you want a Guinness?"
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, Guinness. Funny.
Oh man,
So funny.
swap the old Lineker money for Walkers for Messi and Neymar. Messi and Suarez, sorry.
Let us know what you think's going to happen in this second half, but really, in my opinion, I can't see anything other than a PSG win. But games are a game of football is a game of 2 halves,
The
right?
next goal is obviously the goal that decides the direction of the second half, right? Because if PSG score again, you know, it's almost heads down time for Inter. How will they come back from that? But if Inter score, it's nervy, and obviously PSG haven't actually got it over the line before. So if they do concede a goal, as a team that hasn't won it and hasn't got that experience of going over the line before, then you know you could be looking at a very nervy finish for them.
Confidence thing. You've played football, right? And anyone that's played football in the comments, honestly, sometimes you can be playing a game of football, 11 aside. You're dominant for like 60, 70 minutes. Your team is just cruising, no problem. And then you can see the goal, and all of a sudden, the players that you've just been watching take heads on and body people, and it was easy to make this pass, fall apart. It's a strange old game, football, and it's all about mentality. Do PSG have that mentality? We'll find out in the second half, I guess, but I do think they do. I do. Like, I think what you said about them walking into the half time there, you could see them. They all
Locked in.
seem to be remained super focused. Like, they are ready to win this cup for themselves. And they've shown it on the pitch, to be quite honest with you. And if anything, Inter looked a bit frustrated. And that is not a good thing to have. Sometimes it can fuel your fire, but other times it can make you irrational and do stupid things. So I can't see a way back for Inter. Unless they score straight away.
Yeah.
I just can't see it.
Alvaro says, Vamos PSG. Ryan Arsenal is going for a 3-1 PSG win.
I see that.
And Rolandi says PSG versus Spurs LeMayo. And if PSG do win tonight, that does set that game up, doesn't it? Between Tottenham Hotspur and Paris Saint-Germain in the summer, in August sometime, in a Super Cup final.
All of the hopes that Spurs were having on winning another trophy have just gone right out the window with PSG.
Yep, there you go.
Hell no.
Get the likes up, people, says Ryan in the chat. Just over 1,200 of you viewing with us right now, but only 435
Oh yeah, we definitely need more likes there, you know,
so
guys.
If we can, and you can, because it's very simple to do it.
Let's do this.
Just press the button. Help
you.
us. It does genuinely help the channel. It helps the algorithm. So please smash that like button for us and get them numbers well up there in the thousands if we can. Lilithia in the chat there, Doyle, says Inzaghi needs to take off DeMarco for Augusto in the second half. I mean, we mentioned how interchangeable the strikers are with, you know, Dembele, Doué, Kvaratskhelia. It must be a defender's nightmare to have to almost play against those players. But, you know, you look over your shoulder and they've all switched and changed. So how does a DeMarco in the second half get hold of this game as a defender? Does he?
He can't, mate.
He can't.
We just watched them run all the way to the top of the pitch, not get the ball, and sluggishly run back. And then they won the ball back and he had to turn around. He looks like he's shattered already. Genuinely, I probably agree. You need probably more structure at the back to get your players to run at the top. It's a cup final. You can't do what you've usually done most of the time. Well, you can't now anyway because you're 2-0 down. So you're going to need somebody to run up and down that wing with proper energy. And I don't think DeMarco has it, no.
And you can see here,
Bastoni
Bastoni and DeMarco are having words with each other. And if it's not Dembele he's got to deal with, it's Hakimi on the overlap.
Both of them.
You know, look at the space Hakimi's got here. And if this is the first goal, DeMarco's got he leaves his man. He just leaves his man.
Yeah, DeMarco's
he won't like to watch that back.
No.
And if you watch Doué here, Pavard and Acerbi kind of push out, or they should be pushing out to go to the ball.
He's not
but Doué just goes, yep, I'll have the ball there.
Wow.
And actually, if DeMarco keeps his position,
it's both. It's Acerbi and DeMarco who've messed up there. Acerbi doesn't know who's behind him, so he's following the wrong man. DeMarco's ran in front of him.
Is that a communication thing?
No, that's a lack of awareness, mate. That is a quality thing. That
you
need to be scanning more. Simple as that. You should be aware of your back post. End of. If you're a fullback, who's on your back post? Number one.
You almost want to have your body opened
That
up
was
so
terrible.
You can see who's behind.
Seeing that back, that was terrible. It really was awful.
Yeah. And the second goal, I mean, it comes from...
This is unlucky. I'll give him that.
It comes from this, which
Great.
is Nuno Mendes keeping the ball in play.
Pacho. It was Pacho. It wasn't Mendes.
Yeah, the centre-back, Pacho, who actually didn't give up on it.
No.
You know, he's gone all the way.
So,
Desiree Doué now becomes the third youngest Champions League final goal scorer.
it's just said then as a stat on the screen for DR then, the last team to come back from a 2-0 deficit was Liverpool, and Doué wasn't even born.
Wow.
That's mad.
5. And that was 3-0.
That's
It
mad.
wasn't even 2-0.
Getting
Luis
old.
Enrique, what a manager, says what time is it? Hakimi, 4 goals, 5 assists in this season's Champions League. Some output for a defender. I mean, when you look at the games that they've played, what is it? Maybe, how many is it? I'm not sure. Maybe 15 games to have 10 goal involvements, or 9.
I think
as
that's
a
why
defender.
he's in the running, right? For
It's
Ballon d'Or.
unbelievable
Really is.
for a right back, you know. AGT and Dor, do you want Ekitike?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, damn.
A first choice?
For striker, yes. We're getting our
choice
creative
striker,
outlet.
yeah.
If we're going to get rid of all these players, think about how many people are going out the door this season. A lot. We need youth. He's great. He's good. I think he had 15 goals and 8 assists or something, or 14 goals, something along them lines. He's big, he's strong, he's creative himself. He's a decent little player. He plays in the German league with Flo and Frimi. So might be a little bit of a connect. I know they've not played together, but they've played the same side of football. So in the same football league, so they know each other are, I guess. I'd like him. Why not? We'll need attacking players. Nunes is getting off. Why not try another striker? Simple as that. And he's young enough that if we want to sell him in a few years, we can. If he's no good, get him.
Yeah, it's 15 goals and 8 assists in the Bundesliga. In 33 games, so it's a goal every other game pretty much.
Think about this. If he's got Mo Salah doing them outside the boot passes into the box, he's going to be able to deal with them.
He could turn into like a, a finisher, a beast. But we thought that would happen with Darwin Núñez, unfortunately.
I didn't.
And I don't think he's actually made his debut for France yet, as well.
He's only 22, isn't he?
Yeah, he's young. He's definitely young. Where was he before? Stuttgart, Frankfurt.
He's always been at Frankfurt.
Has he?
No, I'm saying has he?
I'm not sure.
Ligue 1.
Well, we can get his wiki up because he's a good player, and we've seen some nice bits and bobs. But have we seen enough for him to almost be the first choice striker for Liverpool Football Club? With all due respect, he did play for Paris Saint-Germain. He came through the ranks at Reims, and then went on loan, came back to Paris Saint-Germain. Didn't make it there really, and then went on loan to Frankfurt and kind of, went there permanently. But as a 22-year-old, I don't know, should he have more goals than that as a 22-year-old striker so far? Is he an out-and-out killer in that way?
I guess we don't have one of them. And can you name me one? Victor Gyökeres, I guess, is an out-and-out killer, but he's probably going to go elsewhere. You got Isaac, who's also a killer. Harry Kane, you're never going to get him. Who could you really think about getting? And so we want young, probably players that can play in different positions, so we could play in a deeper role or a higher up one as a number 9. You don't know where he's going to be, right? I do know that Liverpool is shaping up. We need to stop talking about Liverpool, by the way, because this is not about Liverpool.
Yeah.
We just got a question.
Well, we just
I do know
answered the
that
question.
Liverpool are shaping up to have different dynamic plans. That's why we're getting Frimmy, even though we've got Conor Bradley. That's why we're getting Flo in, even though we've got Dominic Szoboszlai. Arne Slot is a tactical genius from what I've seen so far, and I really mean that. Like, he is switched on as to what the game needs, and he's in certain moments, and you look at his subs throughout the season, they were all spot on. 90% of the time his subs were great because he just seen the problem and fixed it, and now he's adding different tools to his toolbox to be able to fix different problems. That's why we're getting these individuals in the same spaces. I can see it already, so getting somebody like Emil in also adds another dynamic. Who have you got at the top that's a big lad?
Darwin.
He's going.
No, that's it.
There you go. So he's a big lad. He's like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
That's what he's going to be looking for. Another option, another attacking threat. You've got Jota who can get in the box and score goals, and he's little, but you need a big lad sometimes to hold up play or to get a head on it or whatever it may be. And he's one of them. And he's not just a big lad, but you know what I'm trying to get at.
No, he's quite wiry as well, isn't he?
Tough. Another Jurassic Park movie. Jeez Louise.
Another Jurassic Park film. Come on, guys.
Them and Star Wars just milk it, don't they?
Yeah. Guys, relax. It's typical Liverpool fans. It's always about them or their emotions, says John.
We did get asked a question.
That's fair. We did get asked a question. This isn't the Cop TV, you pair of sausages, says VZ.
That's fair. Sorry about that.
Yep.
That's fair.
Can we stick to Champions League? This ain't LFC TV, says Riyad Mahrez.
What would we like from you is some Champions League questions then, buddy.
Can you give us an impression of an Everton fan, says Tyler?
Everton, aren't we? Everton, aren't we?
Boo.
Keep booing, lads.
Boo.
Everton, aren't we, lads?
Rubbish.
Everton, aren't we?
Shite.
Hey, Everton, aren't
My
we?
football club right now. Yeah, what the red shite? They're rubbish. They're not though, are they? Well, listen. If you don't want us to talk about Liverpool, and this isn't LFC TV, ask us some questions about the game. I know you were hoping for Robbie and Ty, but you've got us. So get your questions in. Keep it topical, and we'll go happy to go through.
To oblige.
Yeah, absolutely. Ekatike reminds me of Isaac before he went to Newcastle.
Straight to the Liverpool.
He's actually scored more goals for Frankfurt this season than Isaac did for Sociedad. Yeah.
There you go.
So that's good, isn't it?
That's
but
great.
I'm not totally convinced, I'll be honest. But Gyökeres at 26, I don't know if that's the right option as well. But anyway, we'll see. We'll get someone. We'll definitely get someone, won't we?
Won't be Gyökeres. I know that.
Worst final in a long time, says
Honestly,
Carl.
it hasn't been a great final, and I said at the start of the game it wasn't going to be. But that's what we're seeing right now. It's pretty terrible.
Last season it was Dortmund. It should have been about 2 or 3-0 up against Real Madrid.
I watched that. I was actually in Wembley watching it.
Yeah.
Great game.
You're at the Champions League
But then-
final, weren't you? Yeah.
But then they won it again.
You didn't stay for the whole thing.
Did I stay? Did I? Mate, no.
Yeah.
I went all the way up. Soon, it was on the 87th minute, and I was like, I'm going home. I'm not watching
Yeah.
Real Madrid lift this again.
Yeah, not again. Not
Sick to
again,
death,
buddy. PSG's run, especially in the knockout, is perfect example of playing the game and not the occasion. Not once did they look under pressure, home or away, says Black Hole. And it's a good point because
I said it would be the other way round. I actually got it wrong.
Anfield, you know, the Emirates, they haven't been phased by any of these environments. And obviously they've got some atmosphere in the Parc des Princes themselves,
It's
so why would they
unbelievable.
be?
It's PSG's fans, credit to you guys, because I went to that ground and it was loud, ruckus. There was flares everywhere. There was songs, tifos, everything that you want from a football stadium that PSG team has. Like, wow, they are lucky to have the support they do. That city loves them.
Yeah.
It's almost Liverpool or Newcastle or Manchester. Although we have Everton and they have Man City, like Newcastle, for example, it's not just about the football club for them. It's about their city. Newcastle love their football club because it represents their city, which they're very proud to come from. And it's the same thing for Paris. There are two teams there, but there's one prominent one.
Yeah,
right?
Paris
Which is
FC.
Yeah, and then you've got PSG, which is the prominent one.
'Cause did you notice the stadium that's right next
Yeah.
to PSG?
Yeah.
That's their stadium, Paris FC.
It's not
Anyway,
actually a big
the
stadium,
Marco's there.
PSG stadium, you know.
No, it's like 48,000. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not actually
Not
that big.
much.
But bloody loud.
All right, the referee is about to blow the whistle for the start of the second half. It doesn't look like there's been any changes, Doyle, at this stage. I mean, after 20 minutes, you were saying that Inzaghi
Honestly,
needed to make a change.
Tactically, at least. But and I agree with the person that commented earlier. DeMarcos looks like he's been absolutely struggling out there. So maybe change him at some point as well. Right, it's off again. Second half's kicked off. Inter have had a better kick-off than the first one, I'd say that, because that one was a load of nonsense. No,
Yeah.
it was crap as well.
Yeah, not
At
great.
least they got a touch on the ball before it went out. Or give it a turned over possession. Let's see an Inter team now that is dogged and going to come out here and believe that they can win this, because otherwise PSG are just going to run ragged on you. Run you ragged. Oh, that was terrible. I can't imagine how Inter Milan fans are feeling
Here
right
we
now
go.
watching this.
It's not looking good. Dembele chops it back to
Oh,
Fabian
wow.
Ruiz. Kvaratskhelia, can he make it 3-0?
Yep.
No. Fires it into the crowd behind the goal. But, I mean, less than a minute and they've already had another
on
shot
goal.
on goal.
Too
Doyle.
easy, mate. It's far too easy, honestly. Just running past players. I don't quite get the press from Inter. It's like the passively pressing. Everything's like side crab walking all the time. Just go and
Have they got the
scatter,
legs?
mate.
Have they got the legs to
Maybe
actually
that's what it is.
chase them down like that? I
Scared
don't
about the
think so.
pace, so they commit. Is he too quick for me? I understand. That was
That's poor from
awful.
Acerbi. And it really just takes one mistake again here from Inter.
the quality is too good. You
PSG
cannot make mistakes. That was
literally will
awful.
punish
Awful,
them.
awful, awful. Can't get hold of the ball on the floor. Put the ball on the ground.
Marcus Thuram inside to Dumfries, who loses possession, but Marcus Thuram wins it back,
Oh,
and
that's
that will be a foul.
It's a yellow card.
That'll be a yellow card
It
as
should
well.
be like, that was a bad
A
tackle.
bit late that from Pacho.
I really
But
like
again,
Thuram.
This chance, this great opportunity.
Well,
Yeah,
definitely a foul.
it's definitely a foul.
Maybe not
This
yellow.
opportunity to whip this ball in, if they score here, everything changes. The mentality is so different.
They've got to take these set piece chances. They've had a few of them now, and they've got big fellas in there. They've got Konaglu, who is one of the best set piece delivery of all time, mate. He's
Yeah.
incredible. So do something about it, mate.
Chanaloglu's got to whip this one.
Do something
in.
about it. Bring this game back to life for you and everybody else watching.
He whips it
No,
in.
that was, oh my days, that was crap.
It's gone out. Awful pass that from Mkhitaryan.
I don't even support this team, mate, but they're doing me head in.
Yeah.
Inzaghi's feet.
At what minute do you think, if this carries on the
Now?
way it is,
Now,
Really?
team, make changes now. It's not working. You've been the second best team the whole game. Change it. What are you waiting for? What would you do?
I'd probably look to do it at 55. I mean,
I get my
is
players
there
out now
much
warm.
point in waiting? I don't know. Yeah, the players would
Get
have to be
warm now.
warming up. You'd want the assistant manager to be almost, saying to maybe 2 or 3 of them to get ready. They're coming on in 10 minutes. Yeah, it's a big one, that.
Massive.
Arteta would still run outside of it. Throw up to Thuram from Dumfries, and that partnership, that little link up there between Thuram and Lautaro, that's got to be a bit better. But look, well played.
That's it. Put them under pressure.
They've caused, a mistake there from Hakimi.
I really like Thuram, and I like Dumfries.
Would you have Thuram at Liverpool?
Yeah, I like him,
A goal scorer though?
No, not a goal scorer, but a good footballer.
Yeah, he's number 9 though.
I know.
Need some goals, buddy.
I know, lad. But the number 9 is not.
Cross comes in from DeMarco, and there's a
handball. Maybe handball.
and there's a bit of confusion in the box, and it was handball,
it was boosted
and it
away.
will go the other way.
Wow, ref human.
Was that a handball from Bastoni here?
Wait,
Oh.
down the
So
bounce off
he-
Marquinhos' knee, actually.
So he's saying Martinez is a handball, is he?
Yeah.
And the other one is ball to hand, he's saying, yeah?
Yeah,
Right.
because it bounced off his knee.
Well, without Ty, this stream is so dead,
That's
says Stevie G. I thought you were at the game, fella.
Stevie G, lad.
Keep your eyes on the game.
Don't be saying that. It's the game. Honestly, this game is one-sided as it can be.
Kvaratskhelia to Fabian Ruiz.
There we go.
Oh, chance!
Oh!
Oh, has he missed that?
Should have buried it.
That should be the tie over. Kvaratskhelia.
Should have them, buddy.
He's got to go across the keeper there as well, hasn't he? He kind of just flings his leg out, but he's got a bit of defensive work to do now as well. And Dumfries is trying his best, and he gets a free kick there. This PSG team does not have a weakness at all. They're young as well. If they can keep this core in Europe, teams in Europe will have a hard time with them in the future, says MB. Yeah, I mean, look, Marquinhos isn't young, but he's almost the one you want to be older and with more experience in that team.
That's true.
But, a lot of these players, I know they're technically young, right? You look at Doué and these guys, but Vitinha's been around the block. He's failed in the Premier League. He's had to almost rebuild himself in Portugal and now France. Ruiz spent a lot of time at Napoli. Didn't really work out there for him. So these are, I would never call them rejects, but they're players who maybe it hasn't worked at on a big stage for them elsewhere, and they've come in and this has all just gelled for them, hasn't it?
Well, sometimes you need a manager that recognises your strengths and can
Then
play
Belly goes for goal and it's
can
wide.
play a style that's going to do that for you, and that's what's happening in this PSG team. They all complement one another perfectly.
Yeah.
It's a really well balanced side. So when he says it's got no weaknesses, I'm trying to look at it and go, where is this weakness? Full backs are super solid. Centre backs win everything. Forwards are really dynamic. You can't really pick a single one up. Midfield really well balanced as well. Energy, technical ability. It's true. It's really hard to find a weakness with these. It's finally their year by the looks of it.
After 70 years of being in existence, don't forget PSG is still a fairly new club when it
70s, wasn't it?
gets compared to everyone else in
I
Europe.
thought it was the
70s, yeah.
That's
Around that time.
50 years.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Maybe I'm wrong, Lick.
PSG founded, 70, so
It's 55 years.
55 years. Yeah, that is mad, isn't it? 55 years old and they're going to win a Champions League.
How old are Arsenal?
Arsenal founded 1886.
Wow.
So literally 100 years, let's say 84 years
Wow.
difference. And Arsenal haven't won a Champions League yet, unfortunately for them. But look, I said 55, but they're going earlier. It's 50
Like I
on the
said,
53rd
no point
minute.
in
They're
waiting
looking
for
to
them,
bring
man.
on 2 subs.
There's nothing to wait for. You're losing 2-0. Change it right now.
That's a foul.
Yes, it is.
PSG getting a little bit frustrated here. Kvaratskhelia obviously just missed a good opportunity. Is he just lashing out a bit there?
Let's see what happens with this. You've got to have a better delivery. That last one was terrible. Who's changing
Here's
it on
the
a free
2
kick?
subs, yeah.
That's not usual. Don't like doing that usually.
Pavard off the right
I
back.
would have thought DeMarco would have been off. Maybe he's moving DeMarco somewhere.
Daniel says, stop making fun of Ty. He's a big boy now.
He's a big fella.
Number 31. So it's Pavard and DeMarco off the right and left back, and they've been replaced by Bisek and Zawalewski. The ball comes in,
Oh!
and there's a mix-up
Not too
between
bad.
Marquinhos and Donnarumma.
Donnarumma
Donnarumma
looks
goes
bad.
down. I think he's just wasting a bit of time here.
Acerbi.
Acerbi's like, come on,
He's
mate,
like,
you can't play that one with
come
me.
on, nah.
Wake up, fella.
No.
DeMarco, I mean,
You've had
that
a
is
poor
one
game,
bad
mate.
Champions League final for
Really
him.
terrible performance. Really, really poor.
Doyle sticking the boot in there. Terrible performance, he
It
says.
wasn't great.
So what actually happened there to Donnarumma?
His own player clattered him. Oh, back of the head.
So you can't just, get up.
Yeah, he's trying to waste time. And let's stop them.
Can't lie, I'd like a goal now for Inter Milan.
Of course, I would have liked one at the start of the game for them. Taking the bloody mick, mate.
Come on, boys. Chanloglu.
Whip it in, lads. There you
It's a good
go.
ball.
Oh, hit that.
Well, chance for Barella.
No.
Blocked from Marquinhos.
Wow, there
Now
it
they
is.
have to get back.
Did
and-
you see Mkhitaryan running then? It was like he was running in custard. Genuinely, that was mad.
I've seen Milk turn quicker.
That was mad.
That's offside, I think. Acerbi's still up there as the striker, but doesn't touch it. So now the ref will allow play on.
Ugh, they just gave it right back. This Inter team have been really frustrating to watch. Genuinely, don't know how their fans have been watching this. They must have been gutted watching it. Oh, wow. Everything that Inter are doing is just giving the ball away. Even players like Barella. That's not like him. Oh, go on, though. Here he is, though. What are you going to do, mate? Let's see.
Barella.
On the overlap, you're going to shoot, aren't you?
Chance.
Yeah, you're gonna
Great block. Brilliant defending. That'll
Really
be a
good
foul.
block, and it's a foul.
Yeah, PSG just, solid there as a group. And so Zalewski has just come on, has been booked after 2 minutes of coming onto the
What
field.
did he even do there? Great
Goes
block.
for a shot, great block from João Neves.
I don't even know if that was a foul, really. Maybe it was.
Uh,
Yeah, it's definitely a foul.
yeah,
It's because
it's a
he left
foul.
a leg in there.
But he gets a yellow.
Bravo boy deserve, buddy. But then that Pacho one earlier was deserved as well, so whatever.
Bring on Fratesi, says Brother Suleiman. Safe to say Mbappe had been the problem the whole time, says Descript.
I hope he
Yeah,
continues
man.
to be a problem at Real
Liverpool
Madrid.
versus Crystal Palace, August the 10th, the FA Community Shield. We will be there. Of course we will. Of course we will.
Can't wait.
Sion says, Sean, says ties in Heathrow.
Sion?
Yeah, I said Sion. But it's spelled like that, though. I think it's like a Welsh name.
Sean.
Sean, but it's Welsh. So not
Maybe it
that
is Sion.
accent. Maybe it is Sion. Is it Sion or Sean? Let us know, Mr. Griffith.
I thought you.
Ties in Heathrow celebrating Nigeria's win over Jamaica. Yeah. He's buzzing about that one tonight. The Unity Cup win.
Come on, Inter. This has been the rab to watch because you've just literally let PSG run over you. This is. I can't. I'm watching a neutral game and I'm getting annoyed somehow and I don't know how.
Yeah, you just want to see something
A
else.
fight back?
Just want to see something
A goal? Ah, that's what I mean about Turum. See that type of. He's a bit clever.
else. Draws the foul.
Yeah, he's clever, lad.
The referee's not having any shit tonight, is he? Looks like a big fella as well, this ref.
In the gym a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's he doing there?
He's going over to Inzaghi, who's going to get a C and 2, I think.
You shut up.
Oh, is he going to book him? Should book in.
What's he
A
saying?
booking
10?
for Inzaghi.
What's 10?
A bit of dissent there. I mean, how's he got a yellow card for that?
His yellow card.
If you can't do that anymore, then the
Can't
game
say
is
why,
gone.
Yeah.
The game is gone.
I mean, yeah.
That's just what he does anyway. He just shouts.
Yeah, Klopp used to do a load of madness, mate.
Yeah. And yeah, got,
No yellows, really.
a lot of yellows for it, I'd
He
say.
did get a few, actually, when I think about it. He got
He
banned.
says it's Sean. It's a Welsh name from North Wales. See? Sean.
Sure, it's a Welsh name from North Wales.
Well, that would make sense.
Sean.
Welsh name from Welsh.
Sean.
Nice. Nice. Da.
He looks gutted. He knows he's messed up there. You can see it in DeMarco's face. If this was 1-0, everything would be different. But this, you just need to get a goal right now. You only got half an hour left. The game isn't. You literally got half an hour left.
Chance, Barella.
Bang it. No. That was so poor.
It's poor.
Poor body.
Come on, mate. Get something. By the way, if anyone wants us to answer some of your it obviously can be, and it should be, and it will be, based a lot around the Champions League final, but just random questions.
Anything there?
You know? Like, for example, a couple of weeks ago, I asked Jan Mulby his top 3 biscuits.
Yeah. What's your top 3 biscuits?
Great question.
Your question, you mean?
Yep. Top 3, I'll go Jammy Dodgers,
Yeah.
custard cream,
Okay.
and a chocolate hobnob. You? You're not really a biscuits man, are you?
I am. I do like a biffy,
Yeah.
lad.
a
Hobnob,
little biffy.
definitely chocolate
Yeah,
hobnob,
hobnob.
immediately.
Come
Like a chocolate cookie. Love them chocolate cookies.
Little choc chip number.
And what do I like to dip in me tea? Any nice biscuits. I like nice biscuits.
Oh yeah, nice.
Belts with
ones,
them, a
yeah.
little bit of coconut and that. You know what I mean? Beast.
I like a coconut ring as well.
Oh,
I can't
mate,
lie to you.
Oh my God! They just brought Bissek on. And he's
Bissek's
injured.
down.
It's not looking good.
He's down.
not looking good,
He's
Brad.
literally just come on, hasn't he? No good.
Wow, he's pulled his hammy or something.
I think he's got a bit of a dead leg. Or is it a hammy?
Oh! His leg jarred, didn't it?
Jarred, yeah. That can be really serious, them injuries. Oh, that's a killer, isn't it? He's just brought him on.
Honestly, this game's done, mate. It's so done.
Everything,
viewers.
they've never got any luck, have they? In
Inter?
this game, Inter.
No none.
Yeah. It looks like he's done his hammy from jarring his knee. And it looks like, is it Augusto might come on? They're saying, like, come on, give us the word. Are you going to be all right or not? He's trying to run it off, bless him.
Look like it was so. And now they're a man down against the team that's been pummeled. them. It's not
And you've got to make a
good.
quick
Oh
decision.
my
Oh, my word.
days! Did you
What was that from Doué? And here they come again, the Parisians.
Straight away,
Chance,
capitalised, goal.
Hakimi. Oh,
Oh.
it's wide. Should be a corner, that.
Yeah, see that? As soon as they got the man down, they're ruthless. Absolutely ruthless that they went, go for it. That touch from Doué then. Wow.
Wow, look at that.
See you in a bit, mate.
Bastoni left in the mud there.
Oh,
That'll be a
good block.
corner.
Just got that.
And Inter, after bringing Bissek on, PSG after bringing Bissek on, probably now do have to make another change. You'd feel for the boy Bissek there.
He's
He's only been on for 7 minutes, maybe.
So
in
they
the
have,
Champions League
is he
final.
definitely coming off?
I mean, it looks like it. Vitinho from the edge of the box.
Oh, what a great ball.
Crosses
No,
it, but it's
not.
too much.
Terrible.
Paris says, Jesus, this PSG team is too good. Matteo Darmian also coming on here for Inter Milan, and it looks
Four
like
subs.
Bissek will be coming off.
How unlucky is that?
And Henrik Mkhitaryan in what I assume will be his last ever Champions League final comes off the pitch to very muted bench.
They are so disappointed, and rightly so. They've just not turned up the way they wanted to. For me, it's been lost in that keeper to the top, right? So how have they managed to find a way to play out of that press? They haven't played, like I said, didn't play through it. They went over the top of it. They haven't done anything, mate. They just soaked up all the pressure and done nothing with their set pieces. Like, disappointing for Inter fans. I'm so sorry, Inter fans. Must be really heartbreaking.
That's sad that for Bissek, who, like I said, plays for about 6-7 minutes and goes off injured. It's a howler.
That's just come on. He just fell over straight away.
Fox's Golden Crunch is also a great shout, Carl.
That is a
I'll
shout,
be honest with you. They might even be in my top 3.
They are a belt of them. They're a hidden one then, though. Fox's
Not
biscuits.
gonna lie.
I remember them. Golden Crunch ones. The power.
Power. Get through a whole thing of them quite easily.
Peasy.
Wow,
Oh my days!
I
This
didn't even see
PSG
that.
team.
Vitinha.
They're gonna score.
Do
What a
it! It's a goal, and it's 3-0 to PSG, and that'll be it. PSG are going to win the Champions League, guys, for the first ever time in their history. And Desiree Doué, the man who has probably just tripled his transfer value in the last 63 minutes, the 18-year-old, he's about to be 19 in 3 days, I think. But the PSG fans are in delirium, and you have to feel for the boy Bissek there, who hobbles off the pitch. But it's all about Paris Saint-Germain. It is now going to be their time. And bless him, Acerbi. We were talking before the game about all the incredible obstacles he has overcome away from the pitch in his career. Marcus Thuram looks absolutely dumbfounded as well. And now it could get a little bit embarrassing, Doyle, if it wasn't before.
This is devastating, this for them. Absolutely heartbreaking. I'm so sorry against the fans. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. Lovely. And then just runs onto it. Fatina. Great link-up play.
Great pass as well.
Just too easy for them, mate. Really, that is just...
Oh, it's a good finish.
What are you supposed to do there?
Can the keeper save that, though?
Probably a bit better than he's done, but...
On his near post?
Yeah.
Has he got to save that?
It's one of them, mate. The game's not been won from this one chance. It's been won all game. I've been letting in with shots and 3 balls like that, so... They've won the Champions League. That's it. They've done it. It's over.
I think he didn't even realise it went in the actual net.
They're actually going to do
Yellow
it.
card for taking his top off as well.
And he doesn't care.
Will he care? Of
No.
course he won't. Of course he
He's
won't.
about to
But that
win
is
the
game
Champions
over.
League.
I'm sorry. I really am sorry. But it's a brace in the Champions League final. Insane season for Desiree Doué, who is now on a hat-trick with half an hour to go. Can he get it? But what's the mentality and what's the game plan here now for Inter?
Don't let them concede anymore. Don't let them score anymore. There's nothing else they can do. They've lost. If you're going to lose 3-0 in the Champions League final, which is already embarrassing enough, so damage control in it. That's all you can really do now. You can't come back from this. Not with 25 minutes left. Not unless you're Liverpool, and, you know.
We did it in 6 minutes.
Yeah, spot. But not like this. It was the second half.
Cherby going up thinking, why not? Let me get up there.
So sad for them, mate. Like all of the
freeze. Will
all
he
of
go
the
down and get a
anticipation,
penalty? No, it's a goal kick.
all of the stuff they've been doing to build up to this, and they've just not turned up today. PSG have absolutely blown them up the water.
Frost Knight says game over, fair play. Paris, I mean, yeah, 100% fair play to Paris. Desiree Doué confirmation there of his yellow card. Is he coming off? Is he coming off? It looks like he is.
Do we? I wonder why. Maybe because he's on a yellow. So he's just like, you know what, take him off, no risk of anything.
I don't know why. I mean, you'd leave him on for 10 more minutes, wouldn't you?
I guess to see if he can get his hat-trick.
hat-trick.
Yeah, keeper should do a bit
Keeper's
better
got
there.
to be doing better there.
Doué in Wonderland, he's 19 years
Barcola
old.
coming on instead, another superstar. Doué gives a big hug there to his manager, and Barcola comes on.
Too bad.
Yeah, does look like him. 66 minutes now, and yeah, look, he did get a yellow for the celebration, right? Ooh, that's the closest they've come to a goal. He did get a yellow for that, but you know, it's a tough one to take that, to come off after you've just scored the second goal in the
I
brace.
honestly don't
wouldn't be
think
happy
he
with
gives a damn, mate. He's
Really?
about to win the Champions League and he's 19 years old.
Yeah.
He could not give a damn. I wouldn't. He's just got to sit back now and watch his team in. No problem. 25 minutes of Inter feeling disappointed in themselves.
These French kids are just superb, says Matt.
Superb.
The Doué or Vitinha for man of the match, says Ganto. You probably have to go Doué.
I would say Vitinha just because of how much he's been pulling the strings. He's on the ball more than any other player on the pitch. But watching it Doué, oh my word, what a player. What a young player he is. Going to take some convincing to stay at PSG for his career if that's what he's going to do.
Sam UL says also, j'adore baguettes.
You love baguettes, fantastic, mate. I'm glad you do. Who doesn't? They are a great product that comes from France.
Amongst other products
Are available.
Offside there from Marcus Thuram.
No. I'm so
Inter
sorry,
Milan
guys.
fan covering his eyes, tears streaming down his face. Damn. Do you know who I'm feeling for now?
Cherby.
No. Well, yeah. Matteo. Our friend Matteo is a massive Inter Milan fan, and he's gone to Milan to watch it. Ah, man.
That's 3-0.
That is an absolute gutter.
This is a hammer.
To lose 2 in 3 years.
They've given nothing to them. They were better in the Man City final, to be honest. They gave absolutely nothing for the fans. I mean, I'm sure they've tried, but PSG have just... Whose fault would you say this is? Do you think it's Inzaghi's or the lack of quality, or do you just think PSG are just too good?
Oh, that's late.
Late.
From Marcus Thuram on
Late.
Fabian Ruiz. He'll get a yellow card for that.
That's frustration. That
Can't get away with them. Unfortunately, you just don't get away with them.
Frustration for Thuram.
It was late. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's
saw one
that's cheeky. That it's a bit cheeky. That.
Not getting away with that, brother. There's another run. Oh my word! If these concede more, honestly, this is. There you go.
Oh, and Mendes had to score that. It was a great cutback from Barcola.
Really, it's just like.
But they want another one here, and they
Gotta
might
get
get
it.
one.
You gotta get
Barcola! Oh, fires it over the bar. That should be
4-0.
4-0 with
Really?
20 minutes to go.
How many chances have they had where we said they should have scored it as well, and the 3-0 up? It's mad. Yeah, he should do better
Yeah,
than me.
he's gone to
He's done the right thing, but he's just not got it on target.
Another sub here for
Looks
Inter
like a
Milan looking to
Baby
change.
him, lad.
Yeah, and it's Hakan Çalhanoğlu who comes off.
Unlucky, lad.
Unlucky fella. Wasn't meant to be for him tonight. But it's Aslani comes on. The number 21 in midfield. Frost Knight says, feel sorry for Inter fans. This is shocking. But on the other hand, someone like Ganto, who in the chat says, so pleased for Enrique. Obviously, we know what he's been through off the pitch as well with the death of his daughter.
Unbelievable.
And
Maybe
that's why I think that did
sad.
contribute to me wanting PSG to win. And you said, you thought Milan would get it over the line. I'll be honest, we've seen it up and close and personal just how good this team is.
Are they the best team in
And they
Europe?
couldn't get another one here.
I mean, yes, because they're about to win the best trophy in Europe. But they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Actually, insane.
Free kick here as well now for PSG. There'll be a yellow card for Acerbi. Bless him, man. He really, really would have wanted that to win that tonight.
Of course.
Fuad replacing Doué says rolled mallets. We mentioned that one. That he does look
Mad
a little
colour.
bit like, especially the hair. Fuad changes his hair a lot though, doesn't he?
I mean, it'll
So
be a
it's
while
difficult
now
to
until
keep
he's... Yeah.
up. I mean, if you're PSG, do you bring on a Gonzalo Ramos right now?
For what?
Try and change things
You
up
just
a little
keep
bit.
the energy
Just
on the
I'm
pitch.
just thinking about minutes now.
Just keep the energy on the pitch, lad.
Just give the lads on the bench some minutes, no?
Oh, wow. PSG have just
Everyone
been
wants to
so...
play.
Oh, wow. Superior in almost every way. In every way. Wow, pal.
Yeah, it's a foul.
Martinez, Dumfries, all of them just haven't been on the ball at all.
Dear Richie in the chat says, DR Sports & Co. I invite you to come to the Hornbill Festival I hold from December the 1st to the 10th yearly from a small northeast state in India called Nagaland, where as a land of festivals where 17 tribes meet. Interesting.
Thanks for the
Might
invite.
have to send that to Don Robbie, see what he says.
I was give the ball
Chance maybe? No. Nah,
Even
they're just
that
too
was a
good.
gift, that.
They're just too good. Does this make it easier for you knowing... Oh, Kvaratskhelia in, by the way.
Yeah, he's going
To make it 4-0.
4-0.
And it is 4-0 to Paris Saint-Germain. This is a battering, Doyle.
This is
This
horrific.
is a battering.
Inter fans, so sorry for you guys. Honestly, this is
a battering now.
so bad. Turn your
is
telly off
going
now
on?
and get off, because there's no point in watching this now. You're done. Just turn it off. Forget about it. Let's go next year for yous.
Luis Enrique is going to be the fella, and deservedly so, who breaks the European hoodoo for Paris Saint-Germain. They will become European champions now, and you have to say they've deserved it across the competition. Yes, I will bring up this. They finished 15th in the Champions League league phase. Liverpool finished top, and the team in 15th is now going to win it. It's unbelievable. The first time a player from Georgia scores in a Champions League final, so he's made history for himself, his family, and his country.
Good lad.
and he's almost waited for the keeper to go down. The keeper thinks maybe he goes across, but once again at that near post, he's been done.
He's had a few. Do you know what? Kvaratskhelia had a few of that exact position as well on his left foot, and he slotted that one. Has he got any shinnies on at all?
I don't think that's his style.
He's got no shinnies.
No.
Do you have to wear shinnies now in professional football? I swear you have to wear shinnies.
Luis Enrique
Oh, bless
loves
him.
it. Bless him, man. Jumps all over Zaire Emery. And listen, you can run on the pitch, the staff, the background, staff. You can run on the pitch when you're 4-0 up. Maybe don't do that at 2-0, but they're 4-0 up in the Champions League final.
All I'm into films that have flew to Milan to go home, or
if you were an Inter fan, would you leave the stadium right now? Inside, if you're inside.
no,
You can't do that. You'd have to stay.
But still painful.
Baggio says, how did Inter beat Barcelona? Do you think we would have got a more even final if it was Barca PSG?
The reason
I
why
think that was the final that a lot of people actually wanted. The
PSG would have
neutrals.
won, and the reason why PSG would have won is because they're better at the back. They're more stable.
Yeah.
When you look at Barca, that high line is almost suicide. It genuinely is, and I know why they do it, because it helps them with chances at the top of the pitch. But believe me, PSG were going to win this. They are the best team in this competition.
So why
At the
did you
start,
say Inter were going to win it then?
after this performance, definitely. I just thought Inter's experience would get them over the line, but I did say if PSG went 2-0 up in the first 20-30, the game's over.
Barella's got a shoot here, hasn't he?
Oh,
Cuts
well.
inside. Gives it to Marcus Thuram.
And no goal.
Can't even get one. And here they come again, by the way. Acherby's got to be careful. Darmian, sorry. It's a decent save from Donnarumma, who is going to be the goalkeeper that lifts the trophy, but it was Thuram strike. It's a decent save.
Should be slotting that, really. To put that
He's
in
got to
there.
set it out a bit further, doesn't he?
Yeah. Shot with no belief in it, really.
I mean, none of us thought it'd be 4-0 though, Doyle.
No,
Come
not
on.
a drumming like this, mate. No way. I genuinely thought Inter would have a bit more about them in this game, and I would have planned for PSG, but they haven't. They've had no answer for PSG's high press, not a single one, for the dynamicness of their forwards, and they've just not been able to get anything at the top of the pitch for their forwards of Inter.
Yeah.
What are you running to get the ball for? Lad?
What a way to win your first Champions League. Asna, take note, says Sippo. And there's 50 minutes to go. Listen, it's about pride at this point. That ball is definitely not in the quadrant there.
It is not.
No, it just about is. They like doing that kind of disguised corner, don't they?
Even when 4-0 down, it's mad.
Yeah. It's not working, lads.
Done. Wow.
Yeah, 4-goal margin. If it stays this way, and don't forget there is time to add to it. But a 4-goal margin would equal the biggest ever margin in a Champions League final. I think it was Barcelona AC Milan in 1994. Check that, Haas. Let me know if I'm right, obviously.
Madness.
Don't let me know if I'm wrong, though.
He will.
And Donnarumma will claim that each and every day of the week without any issues whatsoever.
Both teams just want this game to end now.
yeah, just get it done now.
Yeah.
But if you're PSG, you're thinking, right, let's go for the record. I am correct. See, 1994 AC Milan Barca.
What
And
was
it's
the
not
score?
surprising,
What
is
was the
it?
score?
4-0.
2.
Milan.
Milano. Ridiculous. Just had a million
Yes,
texts. One of them come through saying Inter have had a biblical beating. They have.
Yeah, biblical.
General,
I'll tell you, the best team lost today. Shut up, mate. Up the Chelsea, says Sippo. LB says, Lautaro Martinez is such a ghost in big games. I mean, it's not just him, though. It's
the whole team is not.
PSG you're
This
playing
team
against
is
here.
not being set up to beat PSG in any way. They have not known how to play out of the back. They don't know how to get past that press. They haven't kicked it over. They haven't played it through. They haven't went round sides. They've done nothing to beat the press.
Nuno Mendes comes off.
Brilliant player.
Yeah,
Absolutely brilliant player. Absolutely.
fantastic all season. Who actually replaced Hernandez, really, if you think about it. Lucas Hernandez was brought in to be the starting left-back, and actually over the years that have gone by,
Mendes has been too
Mendes has just moved him to the bench.
good. Yeah. and see why.
Do you think this convincing Champions League final win, maybe not that people didn't have him in the elite category before, but Luis Enrique, this confirms him, does it not, and reaffirms it, if people didn't believe it already, just how much of an elite manager he is.
He's won
He's
the
now won it
first
2 times with 2 different teams.
and in two different times of football as well, with different sets of players. He's won the first ever European Cup for PSG. That's something that no manager has been able to do so far, and there's been some fantastic.
And that is brilliant from
managers,
Kvaratskhelia, who's
even
just
now.
got himself back there and helped out defensively and wins the foul.
I hate them type of fouls,
That
by
is
the way.
fantastic.
I hate them
Brilliant
type of fouls where you
brilliant
they
work.
crumble in front of you. I hate
Yeah,
it.
but look how much he's put into it tonight. And now, after moving to PSG in January of this year, he's going to be European champion. What a move that was, by the way, from Napoli to PSG.
Great move.
Wow.
Napoli have won the league, but I'm sure he's already done that once with them, so I'm sure he's happy to win the league with PSG and the Champions League right now, of course.
Marko Arnautovic on the bench there for
Mad.
Inter Milan.
Oh, it wasn't he in
Playing
China?
at Stokes 10 years ago.
And China.
Yeah.
Then PSG fans are over the moon. This will
Tell
be a
you
night
what,
that they remember
I
forever.
don't want to play PSG in the Champions League next year. Do you?
Nope. Best team in Europe, aren't he? By the looks of it.
It's the first time we've ever said that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kvaratskhelia cuts inside,
Oh.
but that's a good tackle from Barella, who ain't having none of it.
They're really,
Shows
really
a bit
good
of pride.
team.
But listen, 79 minutes gone. It will be a very convincing win, but this next 10 minutes, I'd say, is about pride. It's about integrity. You know, you just don't concede again, because if you do, you become that team that lost 5-0 in a Champions League
I
final.
mean, you've
No
already
one
become
wants
that
that
team
on their
that's
record.
got the biggest loss in the Champions League final already. I know a lot of AC Milan fans, some of my mates, Manuel. I know you're going to be very happy about this.
Yeah, that's true.
Lots of AC Milan
will love
fans,
this.
yeah, over the moon.
But anyway, is there something here for Barella? Goes for goal, straight down the keeper's neck. And it wasn't Barella, it was actually Aslani, I think.
No, it's so wild. So
Oh,
wild.
the lad that got booked, Zawaleski or something.
Zawaleski.
Yeah. How was Vitinha just chilling at Wolves? Says Frost Knight. It's a good shout.
Sometimes you need the right manager to unlock you. It's as simple as that. Mo Salah. There you go.
Yep. Fabrizio Romano has just tweeted saying Nasser Al-Khelaifi, Luis Enrique and Luis Campos have built a fantastic team. Top talents, not only big superstars like before. Excellent mentality and an elite coach. Well-deserved treble for PSG. This is a treble, bro. Oh, my God.
It's 5-0.
No, it's offside.
Offside.
Didn't even see that one. Barcola.
Oh, wow.
Oh, sits a Cherby
What's wrong
down.
with this?
Oh,
he
he's missed.
Sat him down heavily
Sat
there.
him down there, man. Wow. This is how a Champions League stream should be. Lads who have actually won the Champions League, not no bozos from North London. At least Spurs have the Europa history.
I mean, we've never won the Champions League ourselves personally.
Of course.
But we supported a team that has.
Six
Six
times,
times.
yeah.
And I've seen us win it 2 times in my life. Which is just glorious to say.
It
Actually.
is glorious. And it should have been about 4 times,
Yeah,
5
well,
times.
It wasn't. That's
We've
fine.
lost 3 Champions League finals
in my
our
lifetime. Yeah, it's awful. So we've been to
Athens,
5.
Paris, and Kiev.
Ugh.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, it's not a night. It's an awful feeling losing the Champions League. It's
I think in
terrible
football,
feeling.
it's the worst final.
It's the last game of the season as well. There's no redemption.
Yeah.
There's no way to fight back. It's just disappointment after it. It's one of the most painful losses in football, if not the most painful loss, really.
Yeah, Gonzalo Ramos about to come on for PSG. They're making a few subs here. 3 I can see lined up. Inter to City, here's your first Champions League. Inter to PSG, here's your first Champions League. Inter is Europe's Oprah, giving everyone their Champions League for the first time.
Generous, aren't they? Very generous. Wow. 4-0. Nearly 5. Could have been about 7, 8. Genuinely. This is embarrassing to watch for Inter. This is so bad for their fans.
Yeah. Yep. It's not looking
Who are
good,
getting
is it?
tired there?
Me? AGT Salah going to win the Ballon d'Or. Shut up, mate. Up the Chelsea, says Sippo.
How would Chelsea
I
do?
mean, you could choose a 2 or 3 to win the Ballon d'Or now from the same team, and here could be another one. Barcola goes for goal.
You are not a good finisher, are you, Barcola?
He's got to cut that back,
You've
hasn't
had
he?
3 chances to score a goal, and you've missed every single one. Great player, like Zaire Emery.
I'm just in the Liverpool WhatsApp group, and someone says, and to think if we had got our penalty takers right, we would have beaten PSG.
Yeah.
Nunes.
Well, no, I'd
took a bend, didn't he?
Rumours penalty saves are next to none on the planet, mate. He's genuinely a specialist.
I know, but our takers, they were a bit off that night, I'll be honest.
I don't think it mattered.
Well,
In reality, I don't think we deserve to go through either, to be honest. I really don't.
yeah. Fabian Ruiz, João Neves, and Kvaratskhelia have all just gone off 4-0 up in the Champions League final. I love how João Neves still has his shirt tucked in. Warren Zaire Emery comes on. And these lads on the bench can really start celebrating. It's almost party time. It's probably 10 minutes away from being that.
It's done. Can't believe PSG are finally going to win their cup. Arsenal best not do it next year, you know. Is this like the thing of like new teams going in?
Well, do you know what? If it means Inter don't get 4 and get closer to Liverpool, do you know what I mean? It's almost like you want a team to win it for the first time.
Yeah.
Inter always on the easy side of the draw as well, says Renews. Well, difficult to say that once they play Barcelona, but they have had some more favourable ties, you could say.
This one wasn't one of them.
But this one definitely was a step too far for them. Do you think Mbappe leaving PSG was actually a blessing in disguise?
Yeah, well, we've seen it with Tottenham as well, haven't we? Even though that Tottenham aren't playing as good. What am I talking about? Yeah, Mbappe leaving PSG has been a good thing by the looks of it, because look how much better they're playing. They are the best team in Europe, and they're about to win the Champions League final. So yes, and there is poetic justice in the fact that he left them for a free, and now they're about to win it, whilst Real Madrid have won literally nothing this season. That brings me joy. That brings me lots of joy.
And does it also bring you joy that the team that knocked out Liverpool have gone on to win?
I mean, not joy, but it makes me feel validated.
Yeah.
Yeah. That PSG team, I've not expected this from them. I really haven't. I've seen them do bits in the league.
Don't forget, they knocked out Aston Villa as well, which definitely isn't easy.
In fact, to be honest with you, it looks like Aston Villa have given them the best game. Other than us, Aston Villa have actually given them the best game.
Yeah.
Because they were the ones that made them flap a little bit. How did we beat them at their ground?
I mean, we barely did, but we did. And that was the moment, because imagine Liverpool-Inter in the final, we would have beaten Inter.
Yeah, I reckon so too.
Anyway, can they make it 5? I think they're going for the out-and-out record now. Barcola.
Look on the wing. You missed it.
Barcola still.
Really?
And it's 5! It's 5, and the subs that's just come on has scored to make it out-and-out the biggest ever win in a Champions League final, without reasonable doubt. And there it is, the 5th goal for PSG against Inter Milan in the Champions League final. I mean, man, you've got to feel for the Inter fans. You have to feel from the Inter fans. And this has been an absolute romp. This has been a romp.
Look at them fans in the background there. Wow.
Some of them just don't even look asked, but the Ultras giving it some there.
5-0. Walk in the park.
It's a great finish from the sub.
Walk in the park for them, mate.
Kimpembe's not even been used tonight as well. Mad that. Oh, look how...
Onside.
They're just playing them all onside.
Onside. Easy.
Near post again. He's been beaten at his near post again.
It's not like when you play Street Fighter and you press the same buttons, do the kick. Keeps doing the same move when he's saving shots, mate. Everything's at his near post. Everything.
Wow. Everything at the near post, you're right.
Mad.
But big up to Luis Enrique. He deserves it. They've been the best team. They've deserved to win it. What can you say? But 5-0 in a Champions League final. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Acerbi must be absolutely gutted.
It's a cruel game, you know. A really cruel game.
87 minutes gone. PSG 5. Inter Milan 0. Officially now becomes, without reasonable doubt, the biggest deficit ever in a Champions League final. Wow. I really, really
Just
did
think
not
about
think
it,
that.
lad. Just think about it, right? Because I remember this myself. Like, these Inter fans woke up this morning and they're like, oh, they've had nerves about it all week for the last month, maybe, yeah. And they're like, right, it's a big day. This could be one of the best days of my life, this. It really could. They're having the breakfast, they're meeting up with the friends, they're having a little drink and a bit of food. And they go to wherever they're going to go to watch this game.
Munich.
And he sat up there and they're ready for it. Exciting. And within the first 10 minutes, you're already 1-0 down. In the first 20, you're already 2. Second half comes out and you just get flattened. This is probably one of the worst days of their lives now because of it. In football, in terms, of course, football is not important in the grand scheme of life, but
And
of
how
all the
much
least important things.
How much do you think this is PSG being unbelievable on the night versus Inter Milan being absolutely horrendous on the night?
I think a mixture of both. I think this Inter side is not as bad as this scoreline looks, but I also think that PSG are great. So Inter, in my opinion, I've said it about 15 times, they have not set up to beat this PSG team. They have not known what to do, and I don't understand why. This PSG team will run you ragged and high press and put you under a lot of pressure, and they've just not known a single way how to get out of it. They haven't passed through, they haven't went over the top, and they haven't went wide. They've lost the game there already. The energy that PSG have put onto this pitch has just been far too much, and they can't feel sorry for themselves because they haven't been able to fight back in any way. They had a big chance in the first half that could have changed the game, but even that, PSG, well deserved in every sense.
Thoroughly well deserved. And a really nice super chat there from Sippo. It says, this win is for Zana, smiling down on her papa. You never walk alone. And that's a beautiful message, that, because, yeah, of course it's true. Barcola to Dembele. I would have thought Dembele would have gone off at some point, but he's still there.
He is.
And Vitinha scanning as always. And they're just taking the piss now.
Yeah, honestly.
It's training stuff.
That goal that Doué
Training
scored,
ground
the
stuff,
third
this.
goal that Doué scored was the fourth one or the third one. I think it was the third one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was just ridiculous goal.
That'll be a yellow card there for Hakimi. I mean, he doesn't care really, does he? How much added time, how much humility how much, you
What
know.
are you moaning about there, Hakimi, mate? You just threw him on the floor.
Oh, and they've the rest blown the whistle, though.
Straight away. Why not?
Wow.
Why not?
PSG have won the Champions League, Doyle.
had mercy
And there's
on
been
Inter.
no added time whatsoever.
There probably
The
was,
ref
but he
had
just
mercy.
went, it's over. There's 90 minutes finished.
Wow.
Good for
Listen,
you.
congratulations, PSG. Knocked out England, knocked out Liverpool, knocked out Arsenal, knocked out Aston Villa. They've now knocked out Inter Milan, who they themselves knocked out Barcelona. And this is what it means to them. They're on the pitch, they're crying. They are champions of Europe, and it is thoroughly deserved. I don't think anyone in their right mind would be able to say, even Mikel Arteta, that PSG have not deserved to win this game. And boy, have they won it by some margin. 5-0. It now becomes the biggest ever win in the Champions League final. And what does it mean to these lads, that the squad that Luis Enrique has assembled, Lautaro Martinez as the captain of Inter Milan? He just can't believe it. But PSG, Champions League winners, Doyle. Big them up. You have to.
Absolutely well-deserved winners. They've been the best team in the tournament. We've never seen a PSG team like this. Mentality, talent, tactical awareness, great manager, great set of players. It all came together perfectly, and the fans probably deserve this after all the support they give them. I'm glad.
Absolutely.
Enrique, I'm glad.
Enrique, I'm happy for him, for his daughter.
Yeah. Sad for the Inter fans, because honestly, that I don't know what I'd feel after losing a 5-0 in the Champions League final. All of that fight, everything. You lost the league, and now you've lost the Champions League final.
And the way they've done it as well, 5-0.
Pain.
Doesn't get any worse, or it doesn't get any better than that. Donnarumma in tears, as you would be.
They've broke the hoodoo. This is it. They've finally done it. Incredible for them. They sit that. Palace, right now. Ooh, can't imagine what that City is doing. It's a Saturday night.
Jumping right
The team has just won the Champions League for the first time in the history. That City will be booming, mate. Absolutely booming. If you're in Paris, be safe. Yeah, but enjoy yourself.
Absolutely. Sonny says, PSG winning the treble, Mbappe must be slapping himself for leaving them. The Dembele Ballon d'Or, but Kvaratskhelia is the ultimate player. What?
I'm just laughing at Mbappe, lad.
Yeah, hold
Honestly,
that Mbappe,
like
you
that,
sausage.
it's just justice.
Grass isn't always greener.
Glorious. Please, Liverpool, do this next season for us with Trent. Like, please. glorious.
This win is for Zana. We've said that already, but it's always worth reading again. And did the loss against Milan in 07 hurt you guys as much as the ones against Real?
No,
Probably not. No,
not in
because we'd
not
already
in the
just beaten
slightest way.
AC Milan 2 years before.
Not at all, mate. Them Real Madrid ones were painful. At the second one, I thought we were going to win, and the first one, I thought we were going to win.
Yeah. What do you make of this Liverpool fan there that's just said, if Núñez and Joes could take penalties, we'd be there celebrating tonight as Champions League winners?
I think you should not really think about if, buts and maybes, because reality is reality, and we didn't deserve to go through, and we didn't. Football's a game of yes and no, and it's no for us, and we'll come back. I'm not going to have... It's like, you can't take people's accolades away from them, does that make sense? PSG are there because they've earned it. They've absolutely earned it, and they deserve it. Oh my God, is this going to be...
Luis Enrique is going to put a new T-shirt on here. I'm not too sure what it says on it.
It's going to be a sad thing, is it?
Let's have a look.
Let's see.
Can't really get a view of it at the minute. But he's kind of put a black T-shirt on. I'm not sure
I don't know why.
what it's going to be.
They're trying to get the front of it. They're trying desperately to get the front of that T-shirt, but they can't.
Yeah, he keeps moving. Wow.
They're lost for
What a
words.
manager.
Lost for words. because
What a
that's
manager.
just ridiculous, what I've just seen.
Big up to Luis Enrique, man. Big up to his family, how much that would mean for them.
Is it like a drawing?
I think it might be like a cartoon, maybe a tribute to his daughter,
Maybe.
which is so special and sad at the same time. But this is what it means to them. They're all in tears, you know. Lautaro Martinez in tears for the wrong reasons. But Alex, just to finish us off, says, most embarrassing final I've ever seen. I wish Verratti was still there to win this. And Dembele actually stunk. So Salah is winning the Ballon d'Or, says Baggio as well. Well, listen, all of our congratulations here at DR Sports. It goes to Paris Saint-Germain. It goes to Parisian Londoner Stu, who, as you know, has been on the channel a lot this season. When Liverpool lost to Paris Saint-Germain at Anfield, you know, I went up to them fans. I said, you better go and win this now. I spoke to Stu outside the Anfield Road and I said, look, you take my best wishes, go and win this now. And they have, by some margin. It's emphatic. So big them up. They've done what they've needed to do across the, you know, the 55 years of their existence. And now they are champions of Europe, and of course they're going to lift up Kimpembe. Yeah, I think he's been injured for a long time.
To the club as well, long servant to the club.
And he was injured for like 18 months as well.
Enrique's now about to get lifted up as well.
Yeah, deserved. And Lautaro Martinez, who, you know, won the World Cup with Argentina. Di Marco won Euros with Italy. It's not their night tonight. So the final score from Munich is Paris Saint-Germain 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. 5 are the best from Paris Saint-Germain. They have won the Champions League, and it's Inter Milan who go home with tears in their eyes, but not for the right reasons. And their European heritage is tarnished again with a second Champions League final defeat in the space of just 2 years. And it does look like that is some kind of tribute or some writing, a cartoon.
Looks like a cartoon
for Luis Enrique's daughter, which is beautiful, and his face at the minute is a beautiful sight to see, because we know all the things off the stage, off the pitch that he's gone through. So to celebrate like this is unbelievable. And there you go. The Champions League trophy is currently being marked with the name of Paris Saint-Germain.
They've got techers, them etchers, you know, because they've got about 15 minutes to do that. Yeah. And just like it's all precise in that. Mad.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Congratulations to Paris Saint-Germain. Massive commiserations then to Inter for obviously losing the Champions League final. Luis Enrique now becomes an exclusive list of managers to win the Champions League with 2 different clubs, including Ancelotti, Guardiola, Mourinho, and more. He's got a big smile on his face. We have too, because we were beaten by the team that won it, so we can take faith in that. But there you go. Smash that like button. On the way out, we'll speak about this, of course, on Monday's show on DR Sports, and myself and Doyle will mention it on the Hot Topics podcast on Monday morning. Doyle, any final words?
Inter, you let your fans down today. Didn't have a plan for them, and it was evident. The biggest final loss that I've ever seen and anyone else has ever seen. So sorry, Inter fans, that you had to see that. Congratulations, PSG fans.
And there you go. Said it perfectly. Take care, guys. Au revoir.